I've seen some people with like hoodies and stuff with Roman numerals on it of like their wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
You could maybe do that.
And think about this though, Minty. You could recoup a little bit back. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're thinking about selling them?
Oh, yeah. Wait, you were thinking about giving them away?
Oh, these are free. This is free.
I assume.
Aaron, I'm with Aaron.
I thought like party favor.
Yeah, it's like a party favor. Yeah, you can.
No.
I think people would be mad if they showed up and you were selling stuff.
Yes.
It depends on how sick your merch was.
If the merch is cracked, see, you got a dope ass logo of, you know what I'm saying? His and her. That shit would be hot.
Welcome back to Macrodosing. It is Thursday. It's October 23rd. Today's episode is brought to you, as always, by Game Time, because college football is in full swing. You got tailgates, crowds, the excitement of being in the stands before kickoffs. Everything's here with college football, the best time of year. And if you've ever found yourself at a tailgate and decided to grab tickets at the last minute, you know it can be a pain, but that's where Game Time comes in. The Game Time app gives you the advantage, the fans. It's a hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's so easy to use. The Game Time guarantee means that you can trust you're getting 100% authentic tickets on time at the best price, and the fees are always included. What you see is what you pay. This weekend, we got some big matchups coming up. I'm very excited for this weekend slate. Big T, do you have any games that you're circling, that you're looking at, thinking maybe if you want to get tickets on Game Time, what the price is going to be?
Yeah, I forget which one we looked at the other day. Was it Indiana? I think it was Indiana.
I think it was, yeah.
I've got Tennessee at Kentucky pulled up right now. $53. I can get you into the former battle for the beer barrel.
That is a great deal. Yeah. And again, Game Time is very easy to use. It's what I use when I'm trying to buy tickets for a game. I used it to buy my Monday Night Football tickets for next week, which I am going to.
I used it to go to the Bulls game tonight.
There we go. Yeah, it's a great way to get in, and you can save some money too. I'm going to get you guys a deal. Okay, you can download the Game Time app, create an account, use code MACRO, get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code MACRO, $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Well, good luck playing golf today, Aaron. Aaron, do you mind if I just read you something?
Depends on what it is.
Okay, I just want to read something to you and get your reaction to it as I read this to you live, okay?
Let's do it.
Ready? 86, 89, 92, 90, 89. What are your reactions to those numbers, those random numbers I read to you?
86, 92, 90, 89. 86, 92, 90.
86, 89.
86, 89.
92.
92.
90.
90.
89.
89. My original reaction is it sounds like the birth dates of some old motherfuckers like me.
Okay. Yeah, that would add up. If those were like 1989, 1986, etc. Do you have any takeaways from those numbers?
Are they rushing totals of some sort?
They're not rushing totals, no.
You forgot one, too. You forgot one of the numbers.
What do you mean?
6, 7.
Oh, that's a good number, too. No, those 5 numbers, those are my last 5 rounds of golf. So I just wanted to get your feedback on those numbers, those random numbers that I just read.
6, 7 would have been great then.
It would have been awesome.
Looks like you're dialing it in, my brother. That's great to hear.
It sucks because this is the end of golf season, and I'm not going to be able to play for a while.
That's crazy. You need to take a visit down to Houston because prime golf season is just starting.
Yeah, this is a good time of year.
It's like 80s, 70s for a good month and a half. Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
I snuck out yesterday and I went to this 9-hole course. I played like back-to-back 9s instead of playing 18.
And you shot at 86?
It was yesterday 89.
On a 9-hole course?
Well, no, I played
twice.
I played twice. I played it through twice.
Oh, okay, my fault.
Yeah.
What course was it?
Wait, 89 on a par 3 course?
No, it's not a par 3 course. There's one par 3. It's a low par. Every hole is a par 4 except for one par 3.
Oh, well, you can't count those numbers, my guy.
Well, I just did.
Well, you're fooling yourself.
Well, I know that they're not actually I'm not actually shooting in the 80s, but
Oh,
I do know that it's way better than I've been. So like what?
That's true.
Add like 3 strokes to that.
just
For
don't do that
conference
math.
par
There's no
fives.
really way to quantify.
Well, there is, because the USGHIN has a formula, and they've thought of that. The very smart people at the app. So
And
they
what-
update
And
the
what is
handicap
it? What is that
scores.
formula?
I don't know. I can't do handicap math. But the bottom line is, it sucks because this is like the end of the golf season up here. I went out yesterday and it was like raining. It was windy, and I checked in at the front, and the guy was like, "Can I ask you a question?" I was like, "Sure." "Why are you playing today?" I was like, "Because." What do you mean, why am I playing? He's like, are you doing this just to say that you played golf in October? And I was like, no. He's like, I got buddies that do that. They're like, oh, I golfed in October this year. I golfed in November. What a great city. What a great time of year. And I was like, no, I think that they might be shutting down the courses soon. And so I wanted to get it in. He's like, okay, that's a fair answer.
Because it's a disease and I'm addicted. Mind your fucking business, guy. That's
Mhm.
why.
Yeah, that's HIPAA. I refuse to answer.
Exactly, man.
But welcome back to Macrodosing. It is Thursday, and today is, what is the date today?
October 23rd.
October 23rd, right in the thick of October.
Happy Mole Day.
It's Mole Day.
Mhm.
Get your skin checked.
It 10. Wait.
What
It
the fuck
was
is Mole Day?
It's a scientific thing. It's like 10 times 23 to the 6th power or some shit. We used to do it in high school.
What does mole mean?
Scientific mole. A mole is a unit of concentration. It's 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power. That's why it's on mole.
I had no idea that mole was even a thing.
It's also known as Avogadro's number.
Okay, shout out avocado.
Yep.
From Mexico. I think that's a made up holiday.
is.
I'm going to refuse to celebrate Mole Day. But I guess if you celebrate, good for you.
They're trying to get in on that Pi Day action.
They are. Yeah, I'm a pie day man myself. Mad Dog, hit pie.
3.1415926535897932384626433.
That's insane. That's nuts.
Is that all of them?
No.
No, it goes on to infinity.
Oh, okay. Notably, there is no all of them.
Yep, that makes sense.
You could just be like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, if you just said random numbers.
I know a guy who knew the first like 200.
That's insane.
That's you got to get a hobby at some point.
Let's.
Yeah, we did an episode about that the other week. Go back in the archive, figure out what Aaron was about to say right there, but didn't. There's some breaking news that happened
I'm
3 days
confused.
ago.
It just clicked in my
Yeah,
head.
think about the recent episodes that we've done.
Arian suspiciously wasn't here for.
What is fucked up?
Listen, I got to go back. I have no idea what we're talking about.
It was like 2 weeks ago. I think it was
May as well be 2 years ago.
exactly 2 weeks ago. We had on a brain scientist, a neuroscientist, Big T.
What happens when you take a lot
yep.
of Tylenol?
Yep.
Yeah. So we have some breaking news that happened 3 days ago. This happened October 20th, and we did not cover it on the show. It fell through the cracks.
Broken news then.
Broken news.
Current.
The news.
Broken news.
It's been broken, but we need to react to it. It involves a recurring guest on Macrodosing. Somebody,
right.
somebody who has been on this show, friend of the program,
And could be again.
perhaps the Nelson Mandela of our time. George Santos has been freed. After long last, his sentence was commuted by President Trump. He is out of jail. He spent the majority of his time in solitary confinement. My understanding is that he asked for solitary confinement to protect him, and then just complained about being in solitary confinement the entire time. I don't want to twist the knife. The man.
What?
Yeah, I thought he was too pretty to be in prison. A guy like him, that skin, he's got beautiful skin. George Santos has been freed.
Can I ask why he went to jail for what, a month or two?
I think it was a bit longer than that, yeah.
It can't be much longer. Why? Regardless, it was a short period of time. Why did Trump? Why not just do this preemptively?
I think maybe I don't know. He wanted to have him suffer a little bit. If
So
we're
that he
being
could-
honest,
so that he'd be more grateful
Yes.
when he got out.
yes, he wanted him to taste how bad it was, and then Trump saved him from it. So thank you, Mr. Trump.
Yeah, that's probably
for getting him out of prison. So his sentence has been commuted because he was convicted on federal crimes, and so he is a free man. And Trump said that Santos, by all accounts, has been horribly mistreated, and went on to compare him to individuals in the Democrat Party, and said that say what you want about Mr. Santos, but at least he's not foolish enough to go against President Trump.
So, call him a criminal, but at least he's not dumb enough to say I'm bad.
Well, yeah, Trump's point was that there's a lot of criminals out there.
He's one of them.
So why are we putting this guy in jail when there's other criminals that are in jail? So he's out, and New York City, you just lost a voter. Santos tweeted out, "Sadly, it seems that my family and I will be departing the city I've called home my entire life. New York City will become a very dangerous place to live if we elect Mayor Mamdani, and that is a risk I am unwilling to take now that I want to start growing my family." So he's worried for his hypothetical family.
Yes, sir. Look at Mamdani already cleaning up the city with criminals. Look at that.
The debate, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw any of the New York City debate with Mamdani, Cuomo, and Curtis Sliwa. It was so funny. Curtis Sliwa was just an all-time New York guy. New York has always had guys like that, just like these eccentric dudes that live and breathe the city, and they do things like constantly run for mayor, even though they never get elected mayor. And say what you want about Sliwa, I feel like that's a man who is New York, up and down, through and through.
I mean, he's run for mayor like 10 times.
Yeah, he's a uniquely New York guy. But that debate was very, very funny because you have Cuomo, who doesn't really have a leg to stand on in terms of like his track record, in terms of anything that he's done. But he's basically up there saying, listen, I'm not a perfect politician, but I'm not this guy, and just pointing at Mamdani the entire time. And then Mamdani's like, yeah, I'm not this guy either. Like, you want to talk about somebody that is going to be dangerous for the city. How about somebody that actually the funniest exchange of that debate was when they asked Cuomo about like Mamdani's inexperience, and his answer was, this man has never had a job. This man just only worked for his family. This man does not have the common sense or the experience to handle things like a pandemic. And then Mamdani was like, yeah, you killed tens of thousands of elderly during our last pandemic. And yeah, your last name's also Cuomo. So how did you get your job, buddy? It was high comedy watching that. And Sliwa, I think they want Sliwa to drop out, and they want everybody else to drop out so that Cuomo will win. Cuomo sucks. I don't know why Cuomo, like the Democratic Party in New York, doesn't have any other options besides Cuomo that they want to run. Makes no sense at all to me.
Is Mamdani not the Democrat?
He is, but obviously the establishment Democrats, they don't want Mamdani to win.
Sure.
And so,
but I mean, he beat Cuomo, so
yeah. So like the money and the power behind that party in New York, they're scrambling to find somebody else that they can have that can run, and they had no other bright ideas besides the disgraced, embattled former mayor that nobody likes in the city.
What a difference 5 years makes. I remember when everyone was a Cuomo-sexual.
Cuomo-sexual.
Their terminology, not mine.
Now, did he actually have the nipple piercing?
I don't think so.
Or was that like a Ryan Day situation where it's photoshopped?
I think so, yeah.
But would it shock you to know that Cuomo had a nipple piercing?
Nothing would shock me anymore about anything.
Yeah.
What, did you see the parade question?
I did not see that.
Oh, you in the debate?
No.
Go look up the parade question.
Okay.
They were like, are there any parades that you would not march in as the mayor? And Cuomo was like, I love all the parades. Every parade is great. And Mamdani was like, I really haven't given any much thought to parades. And then Sliwa was like, we need more parades. We need parades for new things. It was incredible.
That's a great answer by Sliwa.
It was like a real SNL skit.
Yeah. That's a great...
You got to go watch the parade. We'll cut it, but you got to watch parades.
All right.
Send the link. I can't find it on the.
Disgraziato.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah, no, you could tell Sliwa. I feel like he might have planted that question.
Of course.
Maybe.
He was ready to answer. He was fired up about the parades.
All parades have a right to exist, he says.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I haven't really thought about parades. And then Cuomo was actively searching for different communities that he could shout out and suck up to in that answer. Yeah, good luck, New York. Seems like things are going great for you. What else we got in the news today? Anything else burning you guys up? You teed off about anything, Big T?
Yeah, I need this Tony Vitello guy to just make a decision. I can't believe we're sitting here on Wednesday, and nobody knows what this guy's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He just won't make a decision.
So I think this is good news for you.
I don't.
You don't think he's using?
I think he is haggling with the San Francisco Giants over a couple of sticking points.
You don't think he's using the buzz about him being a Major League Baseball manager to go back to the University of Tennessee, being like, going to need some more money?
I think there have been power players that are trying to make some stuff like that happen, but I think he's just going back and forth with the Giants about a couple things that they have as sticking points. Allegedly today he has to make a decision is what I've heard.
It's nut cutting time.
So maybe by the time this show comes out we will know. I thought we'd know yesterday when there was an open scrimmage and people flooded into the baseball stadium and he was out there kind of everybody thought he was leaving and it was real awkward, and then he walked over to the fans after the scrimmage and was like, "Thank you all for coming. We have a meeting to go to." And that's when everybody's like, "Oh, okay, so it'll come out in 10 minutes that he's gone." And then nothing happened. So who knows? It's very weird.
I think he might stick around.
I would love that. Have you seen the fake Giants fans Twitter accounts that Tennessee fans have been making?
No.
They've been making Giants fan 123, and they're like, "We can't have this MAGA baseball coach. Please do not do this. He's going to make us have Morgan Wallen night, and we do not support this in San Francisco. Please do not hire Tony Vitello."
I like that. They're doing the Calgorithm,
Yeah.
but in reverse.
Yes.
For the Giants. That's good. Yeah, reporting him to the New York Giants front office for not having the appropriate tone after Charlie Kirk was killed.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't have this guy here.
Some of them have been very funny. Oh, this says, "Here's Vitello not wearing his mask the right way. This would make all Giants games a potential super spreader event." There's been some good stuff on there.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good stuff. Arian, what are you thinking about today? What did you wake up concerned about, amused by, upset by?
I don't have anything, man. I woke up. I'm really fixated on my golf game right now. That's
okay.
That's it, man. I'm just locked in on that. And this golfing season has really commenced in Houston, and so I'm taking full advantage.
What about the Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays in the World Series?
I don't care too much about it. I'm gonna watch. Just because, playoff baseball is fun to watch, but I don't care who wins or who loses. I do think it's hilarious that Toronto and LA is playing because of certain cultural implications. That
it is funny.
That
think Drake's going to go?
Huh?
Think Drake's going to go?
I don't see why he would. It doesn't benefit him because, one, he has a horrible track record of losing games that he bets on. To the avalanche that would happen again I don't know if we talked about that. He lost, the judge dismissed his case about defamation against UMG. And so he lost that case. He lost the battle, he lost the case. It wouldn't make sense for him to publicly be like, "Let's go Blue Jays," against LA, who just happened to have the most, the representation of the most impactful thing that's happened in my career, arguably. And we just took an L to that. So I don't see why he would. I mean, he hasn't made a lot of good moves in post battle, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did. But if I was advising him, I'd be like, "Man, just sit this one out, man. Let the baseball thing handle itself."
Mm-hmm. It'd be funny if he showed up, though. It'd also be funny if the Dodgers, if they won the World Series in Toronto and went out to New Ho King to celebrate.
Well, that's the funny part. So the Dodgers leaned into that shit. So even before they were playing the Blue Jays. So throughout the season, I noticed this when they played during the regular season. Throughout the entire regular season, at the Dodger Stadium, you know how they'll do like the organ, take me out the ball game in some places, like so. A lot of the times in the Dodger Stadium, they'll do that blum 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 with the organ in the background. So they played Not Like Us like almost every game.
They got to bring that back for this series.
No, they did it the whole time. They've been doing like they did it the entire Milwaukee Brewers series. They did it during the regular season too.
That's great.
So it's gonna hit a little harder during this World Series. But Drake just gotta stay out of it, man. Let this shit go, man. Cause obviously I'm interested in rap and battle rap in general. So my For You page is interesting, right? My For You page, like I don't like search for this shit, but it's on my page and now I read it and it's really funny. There's like this ongoing feud with Drake fans and Kendrick fans that is still going to this day. That is wildly entertaining. And it's like you have these stan cultures on both sides. So you have these spaces that they have in Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Like these Drake fans have these spaces where they just, we gotta get these streams up, man. We gotta do more for. It's like, what the fuck is going on, dog? It's a wild set of circumstances. And they're accusing Kendrick of having bots, and that's why he's so popular. And then the Kendrick fans like, but he's on a world tour. It's just, they're still arguing about this shit. And it's very hilarious. Entertaining.
Never give up. Never give up. You haven't lost yet. There's still time for a comeback.
So like during the battle, Drake posted that little cartoon meme of the red button. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
And so he was like, that was his ace in the hole. Like, when he hits the red button, all hell was gonna break loose.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was Family Matters, the track Family Matters. But since it didn't hit like that, a year and a half later, Drake fans were saying the lawsuit was the real red button.
Ah, yeah. I got it. Yeah.
And then now that he lost that, they're saying the appeal is the real red button.
It's like QAnon.
Yeah.
Like the storm's coming. You're looking for all these breadcrumbs.
Yeah, it's wild.
Drake is going to arrest all the real pedophiles soon. Just wait.
Right. Because when you follow the lore, it's interesting. Like I said, it's interesting, man. But
I'm excited about this world. I think it's going to be more competitive than people think.
There's another debate going on that I'm curious to get y'all's take on. The Shohei Ohtani versus Barry Bonds debate, like of the greatest of all time. Where y'all at with that?
I don't think that you can claim that about Shohei yet. I think that he's done some stuff that's incredible, but Barry Bonds is the best baseball player to ever live, and he did it for so much longer. I feel like we're a good 7 years away from having that argument for Shohei.
Yeah, okay. I'm new to baseball. I'm just trying to get all my debate.
Yeah, what Barry Bonds did was incredible. Even before the steroid stuff, before he went to San Francisco, he was still the best hitter in the game. He was an incredible, amazing baseball player. And then the stuff that he did after he got to the Giants put him over the top. And it's like, this dude is just simply unreal. And Shohei has been amazing for his entire career over here in Major League Baseball. And he had the best game ever. I don't think that you can say Barry Bonds ever had a game like that. He's had some incredible games, but what Shohei did had quite literally never been done before. So, yeah, I'd say pump the brakes on that conversation a little bit.
Well, so I'm looking at their two career stats combined. Shohei has played 1,018 games. Bonds has played 2,986, so about a third as many.
Yeah.
Hits, Bonds 2,935, Shohei 1,050, so multiply his games by 3, he would have more hits. Home runs 762, which is fake.
No, that's real.
And 280 for Shohei, so if he continued on this pace for 3,000 games, he would have over 800 home runs, which is outrageous.
Yeah.
RBIs 1996 to 669. So you go down the list, and if you multiply his games by 3, he would have about the same stats. On base percentage for Bonds is significantly higher because he got intentionally walked all the time. Slugging 607 to 582, OPS 1051 to 957. Then throw on top of it that Shohei is an incredible pitcher.
Yeah.
Like he's He's the most talented player I've ever seen.
Now, with Barry Bonds, the intentional walks, the on-base percentage, that also goes a long way to impacting how many home runs you have, goes a long way to impacting how many RBIs you have, RSBI you have.
How?
Well, if you're intentionally walked, it reduces the number of opportunities that you have.
Oh, okay, I see. I thought you were saying in the other direction.
No, I'm
he
saying... He
did get intentionally walked with the bases loaded before.
He did, yeah. So he has had intentional walk RBIs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it impacts how many of those other stats you can get.
Sure.
So
he was incredible. Didn't need to do steroids.
But also saying, like, if you multiply what Shohei's doing by 3, he's on pace. Like, that's doing a lot of work right there, because the pace that he's on is absolutely incredible. It would be a miracle if he held it up.
Yeah, but I mean, and the problem is we missed out on his first 5 years.
Right.
Like, so we'll never really know. I don't think he's going to accumulate the same kind of numbers that Barry Bonds did, but also he's a borderline elite pitcher as well. So
yeah,
he's unbelievable.
I'd say he's
however you want to slice it.
How many elite pitchers would you say there are?
8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I would put him probably top 10.
I mean, Crochet, Skubal, Fried,
Skeens,
Sale, Skeens. And then there's like that tier, and then there's a group below that you probably put him in.
Yeah, so, I mean, what he's doing right now, he is playing as good as anybody's ever played baseball. We can say that.
Yes.
But, like, when you're looking at his entire career, let's just wait. Let's wait a little bit and see if he keeps it up. I hope that he does, because he's so much fun to watch. He actually makes it very hard to hate the Dodgers, a team that should be... Well, that's the thing about the Dodgers. They've got a lot of fun players. They just have all of them. It's like I don't hate any individual part of the Dodgers.
Mookie Betts was supposed to go to the University of Tennessee.
He was committed. I think it came down to like the day that he had to decide to be on campus or not, and then he decided to go to the Red Sox.
It'd be like that, man.
He and Ke'Bryan Hayes, who plays for the Reds, I believe this was at Dodger Stadium. The Dodger Stadium organist must be a real ball knower, because Ke'Bryan Hayes was also committed to UT. Neither one of them ended up going there, but in their series to start the playoffs, Ke'Bryan Hayes, I believe, grounded out to Mookie Betts, and they played Rocky Top right after it happened. So the Dodger Stadium organist knows a tremendous amount of baseball.
I think that's another edge for the Dodgers. What does Toronto have that could put them over the top? They've got
cool tower.
A very cool tower. They've got a lot of sons on their team.
Yes.
They've got Vladdy Jr.
Good logo.
Bo Bichette. Where's Biggio?
I think he's somewhere else.
Cavan?
Yeah.
Cavan Biggio. What I love about...
Yeah, he's with the Royals now.
What I love about Biggio is that his old man got hit with a ton of pitches.
Yeah.
And so does he. It's like the art of getting drilled.
Does he also?
I think so. I think he's got like a higher than average hit by pitch rate.
Notre Dame.
Oh, he's a Notre Dame guy?
Mm-hmm.
Did not know that.
He has 28 in 7 years. I'd say that's not too high.
Well, how many at-bats? That's what you got to look at.
In 1,600 at-bats.
Max was saying that he, if you took his hit by pitch percentage when he played college baseball and you compared it to Major League Baseball players, he would have by far the highest hit by pitch rate in the history of Major League Baseball.
Max would?
Max, yeah. Max here at Barstool. He used to crowd the plate like a motherfucker.
I love that.
Yeah, Max is used to crowded plates.
I wonder if you can find those stats somewhere.
I shouldn't have said that.
That's mean.
That was mean.
Why didn't I think of that when he said that? My initial reaction was just like, yeah, but you got to look at surface area. And so some people are more likely to get hit. Crowded plate was right there. I'm gonna have to save that one. Don't put this out as a clip.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna put
Bring
that
it up
one
again,
in the quiver. I'm a fucking idiot for not thinking of that.
I have Max's 2016 stats here.
Okay.
Really?
Let's go through them.
Yeah. He hit 232
All
with an 822 OPS, 4 hit by pitches, only 67 plate appearances, so 3 homers, 11 RBIs, in 56 at bats.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad. Good job, Max. What else we got to get into today? Because we will be talking about the wedding industrial complex, and it's a topic that was brought up to us on Tuesday's show. Aaron, I think you missed this voicemail.
Yeah, I did.
But we had an all-time call from a guy that had a wedding predicament that he was getting into, and it got Big T really fired up. And Big T's obviously going through it right now with the wedding planning and everything that goes along with it, and you're finding out that anything that has the word wedding attached to it has like a 150% markup.
Oh, way more than that.
Compared to if it was just an event.
Yes, which is my main sticking point with the whole thing. But and we're going to have that guy on the show, I believe, in a little while.
He's going to give us an update about how it all ended up shaking out. But yeah, off the top, I don't know if there's anything else besides the Lakers. Are your Lakers in trouble, Aaron?
I did not watch this game. I usually don't get into it until 2-3 months in. There's still a lot going on, roster moves,
I agree.
Stuff like that. So it's a lot of they don't play hard at all either. So like mid-season is when I start to really buckle down and watch them.
I think opening night they play hard.
Thank you for admitting they don't play hard.
Yeah, an 82 games. It's a lot of games.
I think opening night they'll play
baseball,
hard because
like baseball. Throughout the season, playoffs come around and shit get cracking. I
think they're giving the same amount of effort in baseball for the most part. There are certainly times that's not the case, but it's such a you can't get caught up in like wins and losses and stuff because it's just too long.
Yeah, but I don't think they get the same effort though.
The playoffs are different, but I don't think they're like loafing in the regular season. I think it's just it's a different game. Like the intensity's different. I think the effort is like they're not out there not trying.
I think it's the exact same thing in the NBA. I think the only thing with the NBA, it's such a more physically demanding sport that you notice it more. So like
that's true.
You can just stand at a plate and swing. You don't really notice how intense you're locking in, or they probably in the dugout not giving a flying fuck. It probably was, you visit a city, you actually going to see the city. You going out, you doing your thing, you know what I mean? But when the playoffs come, everybody locked in.
Yeah.
Aaron, what's your reaction to the story that came out yesterday? It's from a book called A Hollywood Ending: The Dreams and Drama of the LeBron Lakers, and it's written by a guy named Yaron Weitzman. He was telling the story about how AD got traded.
Okay.
And do you know how AD found out that he got traded?
I do not know.
So there's a Lakers team group chat that's out there, just a text thread, and
that's out there.
Well, team
he reported this.
Yeah, he reported this.
That means it's publicly available?
No, I think he got access to the group chat.
How?
I mean, obviously someone told him.
He's a writer.
Yeah, it means you got a little rat on the boat. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, so the group chat was it was fired up one night, and a text came through from Bronny. Bronny James sent a link to the Shams Charania tweet saying that Anthony Davis has been traded to the Mavericks in exchange for Luka Doncic, and he dropped that in the team group chat, and then Anthony Davis wrote back, "Did these friends just trade me?" And then LeBron James wrote back, "WTF?" ?
We're all looking for the guy who did this.
Yeah.
And he's definitely, he knows.
First of all, Bronny, you got to know your place a little bit. Like you don't need to. Everyone's gonna know.
They were gonna know in 2 minutes.
Less than 2 minutes. Bronny is
young though. You got the high school. You know what I mean? He's young.
You got to know your place in the group chat, Bronny. You don't get to break that news to the. I know there's a rush that goes along with breaking news. And
I was just fixing to say that.
Anytime something bad happens to the Eagles, usually it's a race in the part of my take group chat to send that link to the group chat. But in this circumstance, it's like, Bronny, you're the new kid on the block. You need to just not hit send on that. Unless, what day of the week? Was this a Tuesday night? Was it Taco Tuesday? Was he having?
No, it was Saturday.
Oh, it was a Saturday. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Was
so
it Taco Tuesday?
I'm just wondering if LeBron was in the room with Bronny when he sent that text.
Like you said, in fairness to him, it is exhilarating to break news to people.
Yeah.
Like I happened to see the James Franklin was fired tweet like the second it went out, and I have a friend who's a big Penn State fan, so I texted him like, "You're free," and he said, "What?" And I said, "Oh, you don't know."
Yeah.
and then I
haven't heard.
And I called him and I said, I'm thrilled to be able to tell you this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Wow.
It's a rush. Now, if you're Bronny and you see the tweet from Shams, do you then, like, I would think that the first person you would let know would be your dad, right?
Of course. Like, to pretend like they didn't know beforehand is ridiculous.
And for LeBron to be like, WTF.
Now I'm gonna give him some leeway here. That WTF could be, damn, they traded you, or it could be like, why the fuck would you post what I just told you? That could be that.
But you would do that in private, though.
Could have been just a spur of the moment thing. But more than likely, you're right.
Could this also be read as like a WTF to his own son? Like, why are you sending this in the group chat?
I'm glad you thought of that, not me.
I feel like as a dad, though, you handle your business man to man. You don't handle the drama in the group chat.
Did you not hear me and Big T's exchange like 30 seconds ago?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we said.
I guess I interpret it a little bit differently.
I got you.
This guy.
I mean, it's a very funny situation that they found themselves in.
I think it's ridiculous. I think this has been the gripe about LeBron. Like, I don't know him. I met him a few times. I don't know him like that at all. But it's like when he was caught reading the Malcolm X book, clearly has not read the autobiography of Malcolm X. And it's a really good book. He should read it. But it was like for like I don't know how long, but he just kept walking around and just couldn't explain the book, didn't know anything about the book. Yo, just say you haven't read the book. But I just started it. I don't know, about to get in. Known historical figure. Like, just be honest. He I don't know if he lies a lot, but it's like he does exaggerate a lot of shit. Like,
and his favorite scene from The Godfather, and when he said Kobe was going to score 70 points. And there's a compilation of them.
There's a montage. Yeah.
He's the first person to hear Migos.
And so it's like,
yes, before their first thing came out.
Yeah.
I would be surprised. And I mean, we'll never know, right? But like, I would be surprised if LeBron James didn't know that they was gonna trade AD. I'll be surprised.
Yeah, that'd be a really strange thing to do, considering all the power that he has with the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
For them to just drop that on him,
it would be malpractice on the team's part.
Yeah,
like I don't even blame LeBron unless he, orchestrated the whole thing and then pretended not to know.
That would be diabolical.
Which I think is possible. But for the team to make a trade like that without consulting your best player, who's the best in the history of the game, that would also be insane.
I think that there's a pretty good chance.
AD is a perennial all-star, probably future Hall of Famer. Like, you don't have the respect enough to like hit him on the phone and be like, yo, man, this is what we think we about to deal you. How's he not in on that conversation? I think that's ridiculous.
I think stuff just moves so quickly now that like Shams just had it the second it happened and they didn't even have a chance to.
See, I don't know, man. I think that's the folly of the business side of the sports world that a lot of the public will never understand because they're never a part of it. But like the humanity of that to me is just always been disgusting. Like, because it's I mean, he's fine, but like there are a lot of guys who get traded and whole families got to move and like your whole life is uprooted. And it's just, I feel like a dignified way to do that is a simple phone call could be like, hey man, this is what we doing. Rather than you have to hear from somebody else. That shit would be whack to me. But
did you ever think there was a possibility you'd be traded ever? Because the NFL doesn't really, there are deadline deals now, but that's a pretty recent development.
I didn't ever think I was going to be traded, but I knew I had a joke with my GM, an ongoing joke. And he, when it came down to it, he did what I asked him to do. Because like a lot of the times dudes would get cut and they would already be at the stadium. Like they would be going throughout the day, like middle of the day type shit. And then they could bring them in and say they got cut. I was like, dog, I used to tell him, say, Rick, if y'all cut me do not make me get up in the morning and go work out and do all this shit. Do not do that shit. Just call me the morning of and tell me what's happening, bro. Do not. I said, bro, I'm gonna be pissed if you do that shit. And he always used to laugh. And then the day that they cut me, he called me like, "Hey, man." I was like, you know what? I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you honoring my my wishes.
Don't come in. Yeah.
How early did he have to call you? You'd go in pretty early, right?
No, it was an off day. So it was during not the off day, during the off season. And so I would get up and go do rehab like 9, 10. But he called me like at 8. So I appreciated it. Appreciate them closing my eyes before they shot me with the silencer.
Yeah, if you're like in the weight room getting a lift in.
Yeah, I've seen dudes getting
like
called.
6:30 in the morning.
Bro, that shit is the worst, man. It's the worst.
Yeah, I think that if the Lakers, I think that LeBron had to have known that this was at least a possibility because he's made the last 3 to 5 years really about the drama of is he coming back to the Lakers? How much longer is LeBron going to play? And part of that deal is he has a major say in the moves that the organization makes because he's like, oh, I want to play for a contender. I want to try to win a championship. So they're getting his feedback constantly of what would it take for this team to be in a place to contend for a championship. And pretty sure that LeBron's like, we need a second scorer. We need to have another superstar on the team. You need 2 superstars to win in this league. And Anthony Davis isn't really able to stay on the court. So yeah, if we get a legitimate superstar to play alongside me, then I'd be willing to part with Anthony Davis. And so if he didn't like expressly sign off on this deal, I'm sure that he had talked through the hypotheticals with them. And so when they did it, he's like, what the fuck? Like, I guess he's just trying to wash his hands of it, but we all know what was going on there, LeBron.
Yeah. And it's the brotherhood of it to me too. Like, if you know you getting shopped, if you know your man's getting shopped around, I'm absolutely telling my dude. Like, I'm absolutely like, hey man, look, I'm in these meetings with you. That shit happened to me, not nowhere near to this extent, but there was some front office rumblings about me, and one of my mans that I've been bleeding with for I don't know 4 or 5 years came up to me and said, hey dog, so and so said this. I'm just letting you know. So that gave me the opportunity to confront the situation head up. Like, yo, what's going on with this? And I appreciated that from my man. Like, I find it hard to believe that LeBron didn't do that or wouldn't do that. Like, that's weird to me, man.
Mm-hmm. It is strange. And then the stuff about Russ, about how LeBron's a fake guy and how he couldn't stand him. That's all very funny to read too. About how they brought in Will Smith for like a question and answer segment. And then
Will
LeBron
Smith,
just sat there
Fresh
asking.
Prince?
Yeah, have you heard about that? Yeah, so apparently the Lakers brought in Will Smith to speak to the team. And then LeBron was like asking a bunch of questions and Russ was like, fuck this, I'm out.
You want to talk to Will Smith?
Doesn't want to talk to Will Smith. Just called him a fake friend.
I don't know how talking to Will Smith is. He has a lot of great insight. Why would you want to talk to Will Smith?
You think so? What would you ask him?
Will Smith?
Yeah.
Have you ever like listened to any of his like, because he's kind of been open about his like mental health or relationship journey?
I've heard about the entanglement. Yeah.
Oh, so no, not past that. Like that's the chatty patty stuff. Like, so like his health journey in general, his mental health journey in general he's been kind of like giving like tidbits throughout the years. He has like really good perspective on life. Like he has a lot of good perspective about struggle and like all of this stuff. I would love to talk to he's one of them ones. Like, there's a reason why people are where they're at for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So picking the brain of somebody who does anything with greatness would always be beneficial to you if you're trying to achieve a certain goal, in my humble opinion. And Will Smith is one of them ones. But if he was fed up with the entire process, I could see why Russ wasn't like that.
Yeah, apparently Will Smith was going to speak, and then LeBron just kind of hogged the Q&A. Maybe that's the problem. Is Westbrook wanted to ask him more questions, and LeBron just hogged the Q&A and was like, "I got more questions for Will Smith. Everyone can ask when I'm done." Apparently, this meeting went on way longer than what we had scheduled.
I can't see that happening either. Like, because LeBron's a mega global superstar, but Russell Wilson he's a superstar in his own right. He's a household name in his own right. So I can't see him not being able to get in a question to Will Smith if he really wanted to.
Yeah, he just keeps raising his hand, and Will Smith just keeps calling on LeBron.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Not yet, Russ.
I really want to know. I really want to know this. What a valuable opportunity I have, and you're stealing it from me, LeBron.
So who are we indicating that gave out the information to this group chat?
I don't know that we've indicated anything yet.
If I was purely speculating, I would guess someone who is no longer on the Lakers.
For sure. I think that's all of it's pretty shitty, but to me, that's the shittiest part. The dime dropper.
I think the guy who's writing this book, he probably has been in touch with a lot of people that were in and around the team. And for this, I don't feel like he's got a single source. He probably has a couple different people that confirmed it. And one of those guys would probably be Anthony Davis. Like, who's got the reason to tell this story? It's AD being like, look how they treated me on my way out. This is how I found out.
Hang on.
From Bronny.
The rookie dropping the bombshell on the whole squad is crazy.
Yeah. Your boy's son
told
you that you were traded. That would probably piss me off. And I feel like the person that would be likely to be the source would be somebody who felt pissed off about this whole exchange. So I'm gonna guess it was AD or somebody that is closely associated with AD that was the source for this.
Damn. So did you hear about the Kendrick Perkins saying it was LeBron James that persuaded James Harden to leave Oklahoma City to get his own team?
I did, yeah. I did. What do you think about that?
I don't know. It's hearsay, right? And it's obviously hypocritical if that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Because that could have been a little dynasty for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw a tweet that says, it's interesting that the LeBron James smear campaign is happening now that Michael Jordan entered the news, the media cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of Michael Jordan, he did make his debut on NBC last night. A little sit-down interview with Mike Tirico. Now, I saw a few different reactions to that. I was under the impression that Michael Jordan was going to be talking about basketball and current players and teams and maybe doing like a little bit of analysis, much like the Inside the NBA guys, that he would appear on NBC and, not be like a constant mainstay on that panel, but be a pretty big presence. Now, is the entire extent of his contract going to be this one interview that he did with Mike Tirico, and then they keep dropping 2-minute segments of it each week?
I have no idea to the extent of their contract. I hope that's it. I don't want to see Michael Jordan as an analyst, dog. I do not want to see that. Do you want to see that? I don't want to see that.
Yeah. I want to see Michael Jordan shitting on the young pups. I want to see him being like, in my day. I want to see – he probably has – I mean, the man has insight into basketball. I want to hear his picks. I want to hear who he's betting on.
Maybe that's the little kid in me, though. I don't want to see my superhero turn into the villain. That's that old saying: you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. He gonna become a villain. People don't love you for you; they love you for what they think of you. You know what I mean? And like Michael Jordan's status in basketball is legendary. I don't want him to devolve into like a Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is a Hall of Fame, one of the best power forwards ever played. But you don't think of Charles Barkley as one of the best power forwards ever played. Now you think of him as the goofy ass. He makes me laugh on TNT.
With Michael going to NBC, I saw the sit down that he had with Mike Tirico last night, and there's something about Michael Jordan that I think he's done a very good job, maybe intentionally, of not really being in the public eye that much for the last when did he leave basketball? 2003.
Yeah, I love that.
He's done a good job, which makes you want to pay attention to every single word that he says when he does do an interview. And he told a story to Mike Tirico about how he doesn't play basketball. He can't remember the last time he shot a basketball. He picked up a basketball. He doesn't have a basketball hoop. And Mike Tirico was like, well, wait, when's the last time you actually shot a basketball? And he had to admit, yeah, at the Ryder Cup, I was renting a house from a guy and had a basketball court. And he showed up to give me the keys to the house and let me in. And he said, we have a basketball hoop out back. I told my son that you'd shoot a free throw for him. And MJ was like, okay, yeah, I'll shoot a free throw. And how he went to the backyard, and he hasn't been that nervous in a very long time, shooting one free throw. And Tirico was like, well, did you hit it? He's like, yeah, you're goddamn right, I hit the free throw. But just like that's a relatively boring story, I think. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, hearing most people tell that story is probably like a 3. But when MJ tells that story, you're hanging on every single word that he says. Oh, yeah? Then what happened, Michael? Oh, yeah? And then you made it? It's like, like it's cool to hear Michael Jordan talk about basketball, probably about anything. But I really hope that they're going to use him outside of that format where we can get some live Michael Jordan, like get him talking in the moment and not just in like a pre-tape thing. That's my thought, at least.
I hope that's
you want Michael to be curated.
No, I want Michael to be Denzel Washington, mysterious. So when he does say something, it means something.
I want a glimpse into his like just day-to-day competitiveness too. Like hearing the stories in The Last Dance about how he used to bet the security guards playing the quarter off the wall game, all that stuff.
Golf with Clyde Drexler, and he always talks about how, and another dude that golfs with them, he always talk about how they be betting when they golf. It can get up there, man.
Yeah,
it can get up there.
I mean, if you're Michael Jordan and you worked your whole life to like be the second greatest basketball player ever,
that's crazy. I almost hung up the entire call right there.
I mean, you can't just turn that off. And I understand why he would want to turn off basketball. Like if you do that for 40 years, like I wouldn't want to play basketball anymore either.
Yeah.
But you've got to find something to do.
To channel that outlet.
Yeah, because you can't just stop like that drive.
Yeah. I mean, he's been involved in a lot of business. He's been in the front offices around the NBA. Not that great of a GM, I'll say that. Maybe not the best owner in terms of wins and losses on the court, but he made a ton of money off the Hornets. How much money?
Yeah, he did like a power move on that.
Yeah. He is a savvy businessman, a cutthroat businessman.
Arian, if you're interested in that kind of thing, particularly with Michael Jordan, one of my favorite books ever is called The Cost of These Dreams by Wright Thompson. And there's a part in about Tiger too, but he like lived with Michael for a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very, very good.
Okay. The Cost of These Dreams.
It's about several people. There's MJ, Tiger, Pat Riley's in it. He like chronicled several different people about like kind of that drive that leads you to be the best. It's an outstanding book.
How insane you have to be and how you have to fucking be so locked in that you forget about all parts of your personal life and your family. And yep, I've been there.
Yeah.
You have to be a fucking psycho. You do.
And Wright Thompson is maybe the best American sports writer.
Incredible.
I don't know why people talk to him.
I think because if you don't, he will just find everyone that you've ever met, and then you don't have any say in what he writes.
I think he also, and when I say I don't know why people talk to him, I'm not saying like he's a gotcha. He's not part of gotcha culture, as we like to say around here.
Been having problems with that.
I think he's a very, very fair writer, and he's a great writer, but he is so in depth with everything that he touches that he will get the entire story. He'll find out stuff about you that you didn't know about yourself. And sometimes the portraits that come out at the end up being less than flattering. Like I remember when he did that piece about Johnny Manziel. I think it was when he was still at Texas A&M. And he talked about like his family was worried about him. They're like, this guy's a time bomb. He's got a rage problem. He's got this problem. And he will dive deep into your past, into your present, and everybody around you. But he does a great job. Like that book that Big T mentioned is outstanding. Aaron, you'd really enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm backed up, or else I'd read it. I'll read a synopsis though.
The article he wrote after the Cubs won the World Series in 2016 is my favorite thing I've ever read.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
He also just writes books sometimes about his passions. Like, I'm going to write a book about whiskey and spend the next 2 years just drinking bourbon everywhere.
Yeah, he's the man.
He is the man. Do we want to talk about weddings?
Let's do it.
Dive into wedding culture in America?
Which is worse, wedding culture or gotcha culture? They're both.
I fear wedding culture is
rise.
gotcha culture.
It is, yeah.
In a way.
What's gotcha culture?
That'd take too long to explain. If you have to ask, you're probably part of it.
Let's see.
It's just a recent Barstool thing that's been going around.
It's a Rico Bosco
We have
thing.
some people that are victims of gotcha culture.
If Rico does something that others might consider to be unhinged or factually incorrect, if he says something, they will file that away and then use that against him.
Is he here today?
He is, yeah. I just saw him. Actually, I just walked into part of my take studio about 2 hours ago. Went up to Rico, was like, "What's up, Rico? How's it going?" And he gave me this look like, "What are you doing?" He was sitting in my chair in the part of my take studio, and he was like offended that I came in to talk to him. And then he always
everything the light touches is his.
He's got his guard up. So when he saw me,
that should have act.
Oh, nothing about Rico is an act.
I thought he kind of played to that shit a little bit. He really liked that. He really like.
Yeah, Rico is.
I'm sensing some gotcha culture starting to form in here right now.
Yep.
And we don't appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And coming from Big T, that
yeah,
means a
exactly.
lot.
Number one rider.
Now he's always got his guard up. So I walked in, I was like, "What's up, Rico?" And then he gave me this look like, "What are you about to spring on me?" Because he deals with gotcha culture.
Because gotcha culture's on the
time.
rise.
And I had to let him know as a friendly, I come in peace.
Yeah.
There's no gotcha, no cameras, nothing. I'm not here to trap you in anything. But Rico has put me on a text thread with JMU's head basketball coach. And
you should be appreciative of that.
I am. Rico is very active in the text thread. And I feel like I haven't been pulling my weight in that text thread. So I've been more active to make Rico feel more comfortable with this. And Rico is a big supporter of JMU hoops. He got us our practice facility when we made the NCAA tournament. Rico is a court guy. If you need a basketball court to practice on, that's the most powerful phone. Forget about the East Coast, like in America.
He's like Jerry with reservations.
Exactly. Yeah, he'll get you reservations at the best courts.
Yeah.
And he got JMU their court reservation when they were about to play against Wisconsin in the NCAA tournament. And for that, we will always be appreciative of Rico Bosco.
But didn't he wear a Marshall sweatsuit one time when y'all were playing?
He did do that, yes, on the day that we were going to be playing against Marshall football, Thursday night, very important game for the Dukes. Rico was rocking a Marshall, I believe it was a Marshall basketball.
They tend to be, yeah.
And Rico maintained that it had nothing to do with the JMU versus Marshall football game. And so for that, I will believe him.
I believe Marshall did win.
They did win.
Yeah.
They did win. Ruin an undefeated season, I believe. All right, let's get into wedding culture in the United States. Wedding culture, what should be the happiest day of your life, can usually set you back years when it comes to other parts of your life for one big party. And now sometimes the parties are great. Sometimes they're fantastic parties. Sometimes people take it to the next level and it becomes like a social standing thing where it's like we got to show off how much money we're willing to spend on this one giant party that we're going to have. And it's actually very interesting to dive into how weddings became like an industry in the United States.
Y'all are obviously a little bit older than Mackenzie, Madeline, and I.
Hey, yo.
Just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true.
Has this, I feel like, and this could just be my, youthful inexperience, it's only in the last, 10 years that this has become, the deal it is now, and I think that's because of social media.
Yeah.
Weddings obviously were a thing, and you could have as big a wedding as you wanted, but I really feel like up until the last 10, 15 years, it was not an arms race.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that
I don't know if I do.
Wedding, they've always been a social marker.
Yeah, we used to have a thing. You remember Bridezilla? We used to have that thing. That was our era, Eric.
Yeah.
That's always been a thing. I think social media has for sure increased the the photographer's price for sure. But I think women have always, I don't say all women, but like from my perspective, women have always wanted it to, this is what they dreamt about when they was little girls, to be married in their dresses and to have this extravagant flower party. This has always kind of been a thing. I'm out the game, like, so I'm not even nowhere close to getting married. So I don't know. I don't know what the lick read anymore, but it's always been pretty expensive.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Aaron's right. It's always been a big thing. It's been a big deal. And by always, I mean, like, in terms of my lifetime. But I think Big T's right that social media has exacerbated the problem a little bit. You want everything to look like it's perfect. There's a lot of the small details that look like they're probably pretty expensive that you have to put money into if you want this one picture or one vision that you have to turn out perfectly, down to like even the smallest details of what everyone's wearing, where certain pictures are going to be, what color frosting you want on the cake, all that. I think it's gotten worse, but yeah, the Bridezilla phenomenon has always, that's been a thing for a long time.
Yeah, it just feels like now every wedding has to have like a thing. Like, oh, we have a photo booth. We have a, insert whatever.
We got cornhole tables.
We have merch.
Wedding merch?
Wedding merch would be fire, dog.
I've
Hold
seen
on
wedding
now.
merch.
Yeah, let's talk about
that
it.
would kind of be lit, dog.
Hang on, but you're never going to use that ever again.
What? I have a shirt from one of my favorite ramen spots. If one of my homeboys get married, believe he had a merch table, I'm definitely getting one of those.
Yeah. The merch I've seen for weddings, it's all like influencers. So take that with a grain of salt. They have to go like literally top of the, craziness. But I saw a girl get married this summer, and at their, I guess, like welcome party / like rehearsal dinner, they made hats for everyone with their dog on it. And then on the back, it had their initials of like W and G, whatever the date was that they got married. And then I've seen hats. I've seen like T-shirts, sweatshirts, whatever. Oh yeah, like I've seen some merch pop up.
So this is the first thing I've heard that has mildly intrigued me, because I'm a hat guy. But what do you put on a hat that anybody's ever going to use again?
But like, I think the dog is actually like a pretty good one, because it wasn't like the
right.
name. It was like a pretty cute logo. Obviously, Arian, I'm not even like consulting you in this one.
I was not. That was just the natural. I wasn't.
I know, but like, obviously for you, like that's just not going to happen. But like, the dog on a hat is not some like crazy moniker of like, oh, that's a wedding merch thing.
You don't want to put the hashtag.
That's what I'm saying is like,
hat.
I think if it's done that way where it's, I don't know if tasteful is the right word, but like generic enough where it's like, that could just be from J. Crew.
Yeah, it could stand alone as its own piece of merch.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like if you see somebody wearing a pair of sunglasses that have a brand, like a fast food brand or whatever written on the side, it doesn't matter how cool the sunglasses are. You're probably not going to wear them that much, because it's like, oh yeah, these are very obviously free swag sunglasses that I got in like a gift bag somewhere. But if you have a generic logo or something that can stand alone, I like the idea of a merch table, or like almost concert T-shirts, but for your wedding. That would be fire too.
I do like.
I've seen some people with like hoodies and stuff with Roman numerals on it of like their wedding anniversary. Yeah. You could maybe do that.
And think about this though, Minty. You could recoup a little bit back. You know what I mean?
You're thinking about selling them?
Yeah. Wait, you were thinking about giving them away?
Oh, these are free. This is free.
I thought
I'm with Aaron.
I thought like party favor.
Yeah, it's like a party favor.
Yeah, you can't. I think people would be mad if they showed up and you were selling stuff.
Yes.
It depends on how sick your merch was.
If the merch is cracked, so you got a dope ass logo of, you know what I'm saying?
Big T, see, we could do it at your wedding where we all get it for free at the wedding and then we sell it.
I wouldn't be offended if my man's invites me to a wedding, say I gotta travel to and then they have a merch table set up and they try to recoup some of the expenses that makes sense.
If it's quality merch.
So now you're selling it at a markup.
Yeah.
You have to order enough that like if you're assuming say half the people are gonna want, and then what if you don't sell it? Now you're losing more money.
Then you have dope ass merch from your wedding.
And then you have to just give it out anyway for free.
Yeah.
If everyone at the wedding is like, hey, we're not going to pay for this, just wait till the end, and then they got to give it away.
No, then you have to do like a world tour, and you have to like go to, maybe you renew your vows on the early side, and then you got your inventory of merch that you can still sell.
Then you got the OG merch. You be like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, we almost sold out. We put it back in stock. You could create demand. This is good.
When
business.
she said merch, I was under the impression this was being given away.
No. Then you see somebody that shows up to the vow renewal. They don't have the merch from the original tour, and you're like, oh, you're a fan of Michael and Julia? Name 3 of their kids. I don't think you're a real fan. I think you're a fake fan. I got the original shirt.
I was there for their first fight, buddy.
Yeah. He slept at my house when she kicked him out. All right.
I think it's dope, and I think about it like you can really like if you're a fan of your friends, right? Like baby showers. Think about baby showers. You always show up with a gift, right? More often than not, you have a registry for your wedding anyway. I think people in good spirit could understand that it's costly to put on a wedding. I wouldn't mind getting a Big T and Mrs. Big T shirt.
Mr. and Mrs. T.
I just talked to
Mr.
to somebody.
Mrs.
We're gonna look into this. I said Arian is interested in merch.
He's right though. You need a great logo. I think a logo would, whether it's an animal like
cooking.
Madeline said,
I'm gonna make this my project as well, and we'll compare notes.
All right. Yeah, let's do that. I'm down for a let's converge on a logo.
Okay.
I'm
guys
thinking of a couple ideas. Big T. Is there something that we could do with a big letter T? Maybe an orange letter T.
I mean, there's one that's copyrighted.
Oh shit!
Speaking of which,
right.
I have some somber news that is just broken. Tennessee baseball coach Tony Vitello is finalizing a deal to become the next manager of the San Francisco Giants.
You were right. I was wrong.
Vitello will be the first ever to jump from college coach to MLB manager without any professional experience. I got to change hats.
Do you have a somber hat?
No. I wore this hat in remembrance of all the memories Tony has given us. I have this beautiful flag here that I paid way too much money for right after the national championship. It was a good run. We had a good run.
And I'm sure that you're just going to reload.
Yeah, Elander. I assume Josh Elander will be promoted to the head coach. He's been a great assistant. We have a lot of talent, but at least we got one. This would actually really suck if we never won a title, but we got one. So.
You got one. That flag that's going to fly forever.
Correct. I won't be mad until he gets fired and goes back to college and beats us.
Yeah. What would be nightmare scenario?
Arkansas.
That's last.
Yeah, we've had quite a budding rivalry with Arkansas because that's where he came from, and they were always like he's going to take over for Dave Van Horn. And better programs than Arkansas tried and failed to get him. But then I don't begrudge him for taking this job. I understand.
Did they try to warn you?
Who?
Arkansas fans were like, he's just going to leave.
But they thought it would be for them, not the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
It's only 30 of those jobs. I get it.
All right.
Let me work on merch.
So, yeah, I was saying maybe a giant letter T, maybe something in... You like to wear orange a lot. So maybe a big orange T could work. But you pointed out that...
We might get in trouble for
that's
that.
A copyright. Okay, so now I'm thinking about your initials. What about just CK?
Just...
Letter CK in like a cool font.
Like almost like Calvin Klein?
Oh, shit, that's another one that I can't do.
As well.
Okay, damn it. All right.
Can't you just do a big T in a slightly different... Also, wait. If we don't sell this, can't you just do the T anyway? Who's gonna get mad?
Yeah, I mean,
you said it low, like.
I'm sure we probably could.
Selling Tennessee merch at his wedding.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you just give it away.
Could you do big T in whatever font or whatever orange hue you decide?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want T or C?
I don't know. I'm gonna come up with a couple different things.
And then if it's a T, big T, together forever.
See, that's too, but it has to be generic enough that people will want to wear it.
Yeah.
I'm fixated right now on the Roman numerals idea.
Okay.
Because I've seen that before. And then people will be like, "Oh, what's that hat?
Mm-hmm.
That what do those numbers mean?" It's like if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Mysterious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to name any names. I recently received a hat in the mail, and the hat had a logo I was not familiar with, but it seemed like it was a pretty well made hat, and I was like, okay, it was delivered in a very ornate gift box, and it seemed like the hat was a big deal, but it felt kind of like just a well made baseball cap, and then I looked it up online, and it is like a $200 baseball cap. That's like a new status symbol. Kind of how you remember the trucker hats that we got back in the day, Aaron?
I do not.
You don't remember the trucker hat craze of like the mid 2000s?
I think they're still going strong.
When those was popping for y'all, fitted caps was popping for us. You know, like the oversized like NBA baseball whatever with all the stickers and shit on it. Sometimes like you'd have like NBA patch shits where you have all the NBA teams, shit like that. That was what's great for us.
When I was a kid, people would leave the stickers on the brim of the new era hats.
That was the vibe back then. I think trucker hats was the Sperry side of things.
It was like the Paris Hilton era.
Yep.
When she was like the number one celebrity in the United States for a while. Okay, but back to the merch. I like the idea of this merch. I think that we can maybe make some money back.
I don't think you can sell it. I think if you do merch, it has to be a party favor.
What if they're shoes?
That's quite a significant undertaking.
They become the go-to wedding shoes, like comfortable enough to dance in. They feel like basketball sneakers. They look like dress shoes. I don't know.
Do those not exist?
I'm just thinking out loud.
That could actually be a solid idea. Do those exist? I think there's like dressy sneakers now.
Yeah, but I mean like it feels like a tennis shoe. It feels like a sneaker that you would wear, but it gives the illusion to the outside eye that maybe these are fancy shoes, like super fancy.
What's Mrs. T's favorite color?
I think pink. That's what I see most often.
Okay, I love that. Very poignant and assertive answer. You knew it right away. I love that, Big T.
Are you trying to combine colors?
Something of the sort. Yeah. You know, I'm trying to make it like visually appealing, but still adult, you know?
I feel like there can be some room to work here with the pastels.
Well, also, here's another thing about weddings. I'm told I think there's like a color scheme now for your wedding.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. What is the color scheme?
I believe, I don't want to speak out of turn. I got a couple guidelines on what I could and couldn't say, but I probably should have nailed down more. I think it's like navy and Carolina blue, I think is the theme for the most part.
Okay.
I love those colors, by the way.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm doing instead of like a tux. I might just do a navy suit.
With some Carolina blue highlights in the
like
suit?
Tie.
Like a little pocket, tie and a pocket square?
I think that's what I'm leaning towards.
Now we're
I
talking.
I don't love a black tux.
I'm with you on that one. It's a very baseline. I'm with you.
And also, again, to the cost of things, if I'm buying something and asking other dudes to like rent a tux or whatever, I'd be like, just buy a suit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little more expensive, but then you have it.
Yeah.
Like I rented a tux for a wedding a little while ago, and it was exorbitantly expensive.
Yeah, I think we talked about this, but my man's had a 50th birthday party, and it was black tie only, and I ended up just buying a suit.
Yeah, you may as well.
Yeah, because I didn't have one anyway. So, okay. So is it me or is GPT? Is it getting more? It's getting better. Like I hate to say this, but like used to, I'd be like, hey, yo, make me a bicycle, clown, right? And it would just make me a bicycle. But now it's like, what kind of bicycle would you like? Would you like A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Pick one, and you'll figure, okay, would you like this, and it's getting more detailed as to how it wants you to answer, or how it wants to like definitively get what you're trying to get across. It's getting more intricate.
Yeah, I have noticed that as well. I also saw a story the other day that that ChatGPT is going to launch their own browser.
Oh my God.
Yeah, to try to compete with Google.
See, why can't
Why?
you just chill, man? This is what I'm saying. That's how I hate this place. It's always you gotta conquer the whole world. You can't just have a lane. You gotta get it all. You gotta get it all.
It was the logical next step for them because Google started out as a search engine, and then they're like, well, what if we expanded? What if we just handled the entire internet for you? And now ChatGPT is going to try to do the same thing, and they're probably going to be successful at it. It's
Google is so synonymous with like looking something up that I don't know that they could ever break that. That's like a cultural.
Encyclopedia Britannica used to be synonymous with looking stuff up.
No, they always competed with the dictionary. It was always like looking up in the dictionary or let me look it up in the encyclopedia. I see what you're going with it, but Google is like that's where I go to get things. You know what I mean? They outlasted. They were the king of the hill. They beat the shit out of Dog Pile, Ask Jeeves. What else was there?
Lycos.
I never seen that one.
Yahoo.
They stomped on Yahoo's grave.
I got a question for you about Yahoo.
Okay.
What is Yahoo's business model now? Because they're still around.
They're more of like a news company.
Do they?
That's interesting.
Are they? I know that like every library that you used to go to would have Yahoo.com on Microsoft Internet Explorer as like your default homepage. And a lot of computers that would be like, okay, yeah, Yahoo's going to be your homepage. I don't know how Yahoo's making money these days.
They have can't you do fantasy on there?
Yeah, that's
my money league is in Yahoo League.
The only reason I use it is
5-2, by the way. I'm actually caught a ball.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey. Shout out to that guy. Got me 40 last week.
Yeah, great game. Yeah. Back to weddings real quick. I think maybe we should
reconsider. Read some literature on the subject. You sure? Fuck it.
We should.
You know I got your back like chiropract, dick. Now, if you play that song at the wedding, Big T, hey, you'll get.
I totally know what song that is, but why don't you tell the others?
I'll tell everybody that don't, because I know you're so entrenched in the hip hop culture. International Players Anthem by Outkast, UGK.
I've heard that the name of that song. I don't know how many times I've really listened to.
In hip hop, it's probably considered the best feature verse of all time by Andre 3000. I typed a text to a girl I used to see. Whoo. It's just great. It's great. It's a great song.
Who's the number one feature guy of all time?
I would probably say him. Kendrick, Drake, or Wayne. I would say it's between them four. I wouldn't argue with you about any of them. Honorable mention is Rick Ross too. He had some classic feature verses, but more so because of the vibe, less of the lyrics.
What do you think about Nas?
I think he's an all-time great, but I think he's like what is it, like mocha tea, mocha, what is that shit?
Yeah, matcha.
Yeah, I was close. Clearly, I don't drink it.
Yeah,
but it's like a niche. I think he's like a niche for niche listeners, right? Like they want a certain thing, like, and I'm one of them, right? I love a Nas, like it's one of my favorite things in my top 10 for sure. But I don't think he's for everybody. I think a lot of people don't want to sit down and listen and think while they're consuming music.
I got 3 other names for you.
Shoot.
Just as feature artists, not talking about solo career. Ja Rule.
I think the most notable songs he's on were his songs. Like, so I'm thinking you're thinking like, what would I be without you? Like those kind of things. The other joint with Ashanti, I think Ashanti was the featured.
Let's see, featuring Ja Rule songs. Yeah, it was featuring Ashanti.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. Okay, give me the other one.
Other one I was thinking about, Luda.
He's had some classic feature verses.
Yeah.
Welcome to Atlanta, for sure.
Yep.
But again, I think his most notable songs are his songs. So like the reason why I say 3,000, I said it so fast is because I think a lot of his most notable songs are from when he was on a feature of it. Except for
I
like
think
the shit he went diamond on. Hey,
yeah, I was gonna say
hey,
like
I was crazy. Hey, I was crazy.
He's had some crazy stuff that he's put out.
Yeah.
In collab with Big Boy as a member of Outkast.
Yeah.
And then
like International Players Anthem, like that, like people that don't really like know, like that shit is like a bang. Like you play that shit anywhere, everybody knows that shit word for word. Like, and it's a feature. That shit's crazy. That's why I said Drake, like Drake too. Drake, I think he's just like extremely talented melodically, and his features happen to be a lot of people's hooks, and those songs like went number one a lot. So he's like definitely up there, and Kendrick, not to put it against each other, but like Kendrick as well. Like I think, yeah, fact check me on this, but I think this just happened. Kendrick's featured verse on Goosebumps with Travis Scott. I think that just surpassed Drake's God's Plan as like the most most selling of all time. I think so, something like that. Am I correct on that?
The most certified rap song in history, surpassing God's Plan. Goosebumps is 17 times platinum. God's Plan was 16 times platinum.
Yeah, both great tracks. What I'm saying, that was just like I said, a testament. Kendrick's features are fucking crazy, and so I would argue his best feature of all time was Control. I don't know if y'all have heard that, but if you're a fan of rap, you know that shit, and that's literally what kicked off that whole beef anyway. Was Control.
I know what you're saying, like with guys like Lil Wayne. If you've got a distinctive sounding voice, maybe their solo stuff isn't for everybody, but when you hear them come onto a song, it kind of like becomes a moment in that song.
Exactly. It brings a whole new energy to the song.
Yeah.
That's something unique about hip hop that like I don't does country have that when you be like there's crossovers and you're like, oh, my dude hopped on that track and killed it. Does that happen? I don't listen to enough country. Man, Morgan Wallen hopped on that George Strait remix and fucking killed that shit. Does that happen?
Not really. Like there are collabs a lot, but it's mostly just like the whole song, really. It's not like, oh, there's one verse on here that's, you know.
Yeah. See,
Jelly Roll's dabbled in that a little bit, right?
There have definitely recently been like country rap crossovers where there's some of that. Like there's
Post Malone.
Post Malone has started to do that. Big X, The Plug, was just on is it a Shabuzi song?
Hey, Big X, The Plug
like
is so funny. He's like the definition of just bring your hard hat and your pale lunch to work and you're gonna get it done. He has the same flow on every single song I've ever heard him on. Every single out of the ready to run it, out of the ready to run it. It's the same on every single, and it's working for him, and I'm happy for him. But that shit is hilarious to me.
Yeah, it's called Highway.
I got another one for you. Killer Mike.
Ooh, now that's another one I'll be like, that's a niche taste. But I love Killer Mike. I think he deserved the Grammy for album of the year. I love Killer Mike. I love his politics. I'm a big fan of Killer Mike. But I don't think that's for everybody. But yeah, he's up there. Yeah.
But he's a great feature guy too.
A who?
A great feature guy.
Oh, at the future guy. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, man.
Play I grind. My focus is roll with the lime, slick with the slime. Words of diamonds dug out of mine. Spit them, polish. Look at it shine.
Catch you be running like Randy Moss. That song right there in itself. I used to love that. I played that shit so much.
Yeah. Speaking of things going certified diamonds, let's talk about engagement rings.
Yeah, so let's ask the women in the room. Do y'all believe that a man should spend a certain amount on a wedding ring?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like based on like how much time you've dated or something?
No,
I think there's like a rule of thumb.
Progressive women that I like that notion. But like the more conservative, not politically, but just like traditional, I should probably say.
Right.
The more traditional thing is like a man should spend a certain amount of his, like 3 months.
Oh, the 3 months of the salary.
I've heard that one, but I mean that's absurd.
That's crazy work.
But no, I think as long as it's like something you like, I think it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I want like a nice ring, but I'm not going to be like, if you spend less than, $5,000 or whatever. No, I don't care. I also don't know how much those types of things cost. Obviously, I'm sure once I'm at that stage of my life, I'll know more. But I couldn't tell you right now, if you showed me Mrs. Big T's engagement ring, I could not be like, oh, that probably looks like it's X amount of money.
Yeah, me neither.
So I would rather it be something that I like to wear rather than something that is a certain price point.
So, Mackenzie, you were just kind of alluding to the rule of thumb, which I don't know if this is what you were going to say, but it has been said in media for decades that it is 3 months' salary.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is kind of the rule of thumb that you're talking about, and that actually ties back to the start of the wedding ring market here in the United States and how that came to be. So, De Beers was a diamond company. They still are a diamond company, and they had the son of the founder of De Beers was a guy named Harry Oppenheimer, and in 1938 he was 29 years old, and he had been tasked with his family for figuring out how to sell more diamonds. And the market that they identified was the United States as being the number one market for diamonds. This is where we can grow. Because over in Europe, countries like Spain, Italy, Germany, the idea of a big engagement ring, a diamond engagement ring, has never been a part of their culture. And so they didn't really see that as being an easy market to get into. And in Europe, they were dealing with the Great Depression, which hit Europe even worse than the United States in places. And they didn't see Europe as being like an explosive growth market. Even in like France and England, the diamonds were for like the kings and queens. Like that's what they wore. It wasn't like a thing for the masses at the time. So they wanted to figure out how to crack into the U.S. market and how to expand in the United States market. So in order to do that, De Beers had recently hired a advertising firm. N.W. Ayer was the name of the advertising firm.
It's not an NWA. I don't know.
Yeah. N.W. Ayer, Ayer. And the 29-year-old Harry Oppenheimer flew to New York to meet with this advertising agency. So the agency had been recommended to the De Beer family by the Morgan Bank. So the Morgan Bank was working with the De Beer Diamond Cartel, the financial group there. And the Morgan Bank was worried because the price of diamonds had gone down. And they were like, we need to figure out a way to make us all more money. Oh, you know what? I've got this great friend that leads the Ayer advertising agency. So Oppenheimer flew over to the United States, and he sat down and he met with this advertising firm. And this guy said that he can put together a plan to make the sale of diamonds and the cost of diamonds go up in the United States. It's going to be a 10 to 20 year plan, but I think it's going to work. And the Oppenheimer family, the De Beer family, said, okay, yeah, let's do some business. So what the advertising firm did was they identified Hollywood and motion pictures as being their easiest way to advertise diamonds to Americans. And so they would start to give giant diamond rings to movie stars for them to either wear as props in films or to wear as they're just going around Hollywood, getting their picture taken. And then people would see them in the newspaper. They'd see them when they went to the movies. And they started to change the attitude of the American people by seeing these diamond rings and these giant diamonds everywhere. And Hollywood made it seem like if you're going to be in love, if you're going to try to win over a woman, you need to impress them with a giant diamond ring, which had previously not really been that much of a thing. So it was not just in movies, it was also in magazines, it was in newspapers when they would write a story about, oh, this movie star or this famous socialite got engaged. They would write a story that just emphasized the size of the ring. They'd be like, oh, we got all the details about the ring that they got. And that would be kind of the cover story. And eventually it caught on in the American public where they increased sales. I believe in this meeting took place. The initial meeting was 1938.
Damn.
It was the initial meeting between the De Beers representative and the head of the advertising firm. In 3 years, the sale of diamonds increased by 55% in the United States. and it was on a downward trajectory before that meeting. And the price of the stones also went up. And that was the start of like the diamond craze in the United States. And it was all planted in by an advertising agency working with mass media. Isn't that kind of crazy?
It makes sense. I've said for years, love has been marketed to us.
Yep. And the De Beer family also came up with the slogan 3 months salary.
Oh, really?
Wow. Stop at 3.
Fucking evil. That's kind of evil, though.
Yeah. So they wrote it into stories. They had advertising campaigns that just casually referred to it as like make 3 months salary last forever. 3 months salary is a wild, like that's the price point that they were aiming for. And they're like, yeah, we can sell this.
Back then it was like $60.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, because people still have that as like a benchmark in their head.
Yeah.
So I don't hate the idea of having a symbolic piece of jewelry to represent one's commitment to somebody. I don't hate that idea, right? I don't think it's a bad idea. I think the bad idea came from later on when we infused the government's role in your relationship. I think that's a bad idea.
Oh, the government role.
Yeah. Like there's no legal consequences if me and you are best friends, Big T. We're best friends in the world, right? And
wait, you started to say Big T and then you're gonna stop and say PFT, but then you came back.
Yeah, because I realized I like you better.
I didn't see that on the rankings.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyway, it's because I said Big T and I was looking at PFT, but I was like, oh, I might as well stay here. But keen
right, that's what I'm saying, because it didn't cover
fucking observation, bro. Jesus Christ. Anyway, like I was saying,
I'm an observant guy.
We're best friends, Connor. Best friends
Thanks.
in the world, right?
Thank
Two best
you,
friends that
Arian.
anybody ever had. And I go behind your back and I take money out of your wallet and whatever. I backstab you. I talk bad behind your back. There's no legal. Well, okay. Besides the stealing part, that's a bad analogy. If I talk bad behind your back, right? There's no legal obligation. There's no legal ramifications for me doing that to you, right? I'm just a bad dude, right? I'm not who I said I was. That's fine. We can part ways amicably and move on about business. If I cheat on somebody that's married or whatever, she can now divorce me and half my shit's gone, half her shit's. It don't make no sense to me. Well, why? Why?
I do agree for the most part, but like there are things in a marriage that like it's kind of impossible at this point to detangle from the government.
Such as?
Bank accounts.
You don't have to get the same bank account. We've had that discussion before.
Yeah,
that's a choice you're making, though.
People do. Your kids, like
that makes sense, but that's not a marriage thing. That's just a custody agreement. That doesn't have anything to do with. I mean, I also agree that's a little bit more complicated, but that probably has to be adjudicated. Yeah,
I agree generally with your premise. I think the government's involved in far too much, but.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, like I said, but I do agree with the notion that there's some kind of like symbolic something that you have to represent your commitment to somebody. I like that idea. I don't think that's a bad idea.
Ladies, where do y'all stand on lab-grown diamonds?
I'm also fine with a lab-grown diamond.
Love that. Let's go.
In my opinion, this may sound okay.
You telling me a Labrador grew this diamond?
Good one. But
Mackenzie didn't immediately respond.
No, I didn't want to interrupt. I think they're like way better because they're cheaper and like you can get the same size and
they're less blood on my hands.
I think they're more common now. Like every one of my like girlfriends has gotten married, it's been a lab grown diamond.
I'm also gonna say this to make me sound a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for?
Just say it and we'll decide.
If I can pay less, superficial, thank you. If I can pay less and get more, why would I not? It's the same.
No, that's the opposite of superficial.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
that would be economical.
Okay, but like it's like if
she wants the big one rather than
I
want
diamond.
Oh, okay.
That's
I do.
what I'm
So in a way, I do see.
Yeah,
but,
like if
not
I can
totally,
get
but
if I can get a bigger ring and a bigger diamond on my hand, and it actually costs less money to my fiance, and it's not from, a poor child. Yeah, morally more just. I'm down.
I'm just gonna say you'd have to be a psycho to think otherwise.
It'd be crazy.
I know people personally, some of my very good friends who are like, I will not accept a lab-grown diamond.
That is a red flag, in my opinion.
That seems insane.
I would
And
rather
you know
have
them too.
children's hands get cut off. It means more.
They're like, I
Also-
want the real deal. I'm like, I was actually talking about this. I was at a wedding this weekend and I was talking about it with people that were there. If I get engaged, let's say I get engaged, oh my God, happiest day of my life. And I go up to Mackenzie, and Mackenzie's there. It's a whole thing. And I go, oh my God, my ring. And Mackenzie goes, oh my God, is it real or lab grown?
Yeah,
That's
that'd be
a bad
insane.
person.
That'd be
Yep.
so crazy.
I don't think if you just told, now this would be kind of a crazy thing to do, but like if your fiance was like, if you just told her it was real, I don't think you'd be able to ever know.
No, there's no way to know.
No. My girlfriend went to a place and they showed her like the compositions. It's
They're the same.
99% the same.
No, I keep seeing that they're chemically identical. Like it's not
Yes.
like
It's
they
not
are
moissanite.
they are the exact same thing. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily understand how that works.
Me neither, but
Not my problem.
But that's what I see.
I'll take their word for it.
Yeah. Like I don't think you'd ever know.
No,
I just
you wouldn't.
I just would rather economically have a bigger ring for less money.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think that's a great way to look at it.
And if my future husband happens to be listening to this right now, you're welcome.
Yeah.
By the way.
I just think that you'd have to be like insane to say I would rather have this come from somebody's like a business empire that was founded on theft, murder, and slavery
I just don't care that much.
than to have it grown in a lab.
I just don't see why I need the one that comes from the minds of the poor children in where do they grow? Where are the
Congo,
Yeah.
a bunch of different places. But
I just don't need that.
this is De Beers. This is the De Beers propaganda still working
Yes.
hundreds of years
Yeah.
later.
But even 3 years ago, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
I feel like it's such a recent development. 3
Level-
years ago,
Yeah.
that's a different
I
conversation.
don't know if it's more personally for me. I don't know if it's more recent or just like more of my friends are getting engaged, so I hear about it. But I do think that has something to do with it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like times have changed.
The main argument I see on TikTok from people talking about this is, oh well, it has no resale value if you get a
Also,
lab grown diamond. If that's the
not looking
first
to
thing
resell
you're
it,
thinking
yeah.
of, you probably shouldn't be getting one anyway.
I would hope it never leaves my hand.
I would agree.
But then there are some, I've seen people who are like, listen, yeah, I specifically want one that was mined by an African child. It is more rare, and I deserve that.
Did they come out and they actually say that?
Yes.
Maybe not African child, but that's who's doing it.
That's insanity. Yeah, it's a wild take.
I feel like we've talked about diamonds on here before. I watched a documentary about blood diamond mining in high school. It's so sad. And it's like I just don't have a strong enough pull towards a natural diamond for whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm happy to be there.
Yeah. Let's talk about Vegas and how Vegas is the place to go to get married in the United States, because that's also interesting, and how Vegas weddings became a thing. Did you know that before the Great Depression, Prohibition time frame, that most states required blood testing before you got married?
To make sure you weren't related?
No,
Oh.
no, that was cool. To make sure that you didn't have syphilis or gonorrhea.
So they were like looking out for you?
They claim some states only tested the men because they're like, we're trying to protect the women as they're getting married. We don't want these dirty dog dudes to be rolling out there, and they got the clap, and then you get married, pass it along to your wife. And so a lot of states required blood testing before you got married. And there were, I think, 30 states thought about doing HIV testing and making that a law in the 1980s. But I think there were only 2 that passed. I think Illinois and Louisiana had mandatory HIV testing in the 1980s before you got married. But yeah, back in the 30s, it used to be mandatory in a lot of states to make sure that you weren't spreading any venereal diseases. So they would test you before the wedding, and make sure that you were clean. There was also a 3-day waiting period. It was like buying a gun to get married. You had to, when you applied for your license, you had to wait 3 days before you got married. And Vegas did not have that. They did not write that law into effect. And so it became a great place to just run away and get married, especially if you were in Los Angeles and it was a drive away. You could just make the trip over to Vegas, get married immediately, and then get out of there. So they started building wedding chapels in Vegas and marketing themselves to wealthy Los Angelinos and to celebrities. So they would make a lot of headlines by having celebrity weddings there. Kirk Douglas got married there. Paul Newman, Frank Sinatra married Mia Farrow. Elvis got married there. Bruce Willis and Demi Moore got married there in 1987. Billy Bob Thornton, Angelina Jolie got married in 2000. And so they've always made a name for themselves, like doing these flashy celebrity weddings to encourage other people to just run away and get hitched there. But there are some, I can also see, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing to have a place where you can go and get married for like $200.
It's that's way better than some of what you got to do now.
Yeah. So
my mama got married in Vegas. They still happily married.
Yeah.
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 It's a fun little getaway, man. Like, it's a cool little getaway.
In Clark County, they give out 219 marriage licenses a day, which I thought it would be higher than that, but that's still a lot.
That's
I guess.
high.
Yeah, 219's a day. Yeah, that's a lot. And then they've got a lot of like 24-hour wedding chapels. I think that you can't be obviously intoxicated, but they definitely let you be buzzed. For sure. All right, you want to talk about just like the costs
I
of
want to
the
talk
wedding
about
themselves?
Yes, but we talked about engagement rings. There's something else I'd like to talk about. This just doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
The engagement party. How long have these been around? Because I feel like that has to be an invention of social media. Oh, that recent?
No, the engagement parties have been around for a long time.
But like that are a lavish deal.
I think that part has probably become a bigger expectation.
It was my understanding that the party gathering of your family and friends to celebrate your engagement was the wedding.
Yeah.
That's you're describing a wedding.
Yep.
But now there's a whole separate one. And I sent y'all a TikTok this morning of, I think it was $12,000 was what these people spent on their engagement party.
That's crazy.
And that's nothing. You get nothing from that.
Do you think that's more for older people than it is for the youth? Like if you're getting married young.
What do you mean?
If you're getting married real young, like right out of college, do you think that the expectation is that you're going to have engagement party? Do you think all these things are going to be baked in, or is that mostly people that are established, financially successful that then have to do all these things?
No, I don't think that.
What's the difference between the engagement party and the bridal shower? That's where my mind
a whole
went.
nother thing.
Because engagement sometimes you
bridal
get
shower. What's the bridal shower?
Bridal
sometimes
showers
you
have been
got
around
like
forever.
It's
two.
like a baby shower, but you're a bride.
Yeah, you get gifts, and you celebrate the bride.
Exactly.
So you got engagement party, bridal
Bachelorette
shower,
party,
Bachelorette party.
bachelorette party, wedding,
rehearsal dinner,
Yes.
After
honeymoon.
party.
Dog, that's getting out of. That's a lot, dog.
Yes, yes.
That is a
What-
lot, fam.
And this is what I'm saying. Like it's a whole ecosystem
yes.
that part of the economy would collapse if this disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yes.
I'm dead serious.
So
Yeah.
you get 2 of 6, sweetie. You get a wedding.
Yeah,
you get-
1,000%.
You get 2 of 6. I can't do all 6. That's insane, dog.
Yes.
What's the difference between a bridal shower and a bachelorette party in terms of vibe?
extremely different. Bridal shower is like your mom usually plans, and it's like your whole family is there, and
Wait, what's the one where they go and they pick the dress with all
That's
their
just
homegirls?
getting a wedding dress.
There's
No,
official
like,
name
That's
for
just
Say
it.
like
yes
wedding.
to the
Yeah,
dress.
that's just like wedding dress
But
shop.
no.
But I think people have started to turn that into a
yes.
thing too.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
agree
there's a
with
can
TV
see
that.
show about it.
But a bridal shower is more low key, like a luncheon almost, where it's the bride is kind of just placed in the center of the room, and people are eating finger sandwiches, and then there's like
Mimosa.
yes,
avocado
totally,
toast.
and then there's
That's
like
what it's-
games. A lot of times there's games of like who knows the bride better, but it's like an afternoon, and then you're done, and you get gifts and stuff. But again, afternoon, you're done. Bachelorette party is like weekend. Usually it's like your bridal party. That's it. Maybe a couple extras. Party. Things get loose.
Things get loose.
This bridal shower is Girls Gone Mild. Bachelorette party is Girls Gone Wild. That's how it.
That used
Got
to be
it.
a thing. Remember that BFD?
Girls Gone Wild.
Oh, that was a wild era.
Girls Gone Wild was like I don't know if it was a tape or a DVD. I don't know how far back it was, but it was like a compilation of like VHS recordings or just camcorder recordings of like spring breaks or this Miami nights or whatever of like
Mhm.
girls flashing the camera, wild parties, things. It was like a little soft porn thing that they sold late night on TV.
Yeah, it was so predatory. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's actually wild now that I'm thinking about it.
That guy's in prison, or he went to prison.
Did he really?
I don't know what it was related to. If it was because of I don't know, because he operated like without getting in trouble with the law for a long time.
Yeah,
But-
they should sell that shit on TV.
Let's see what he actually went to prison for.
I forgot about that shit.
Joe Francis is the man's name. So he has been convicted of bribery, false imprisonment, assault, dissuading a witness, and tax evasion. In 2015, he pleaded no contest to child abuse and prostitution.
Yeah.
After being convicted for imprisoning 3 women at his Hollywood home and assaulting one of them.
Jesus Christ.
Bad dude.
Yeah, lock that guy up. Shoot that
Oh,
guy.
yeah. Girls Gone Wild was crazy.
Wild era, man. Wild
It
era.
was. So, yeah, in addition, you've got the engagement party, which is both the bride and the groom, I guess. And they have a fancy dinner, I'm assuming. And you get presents.
It's another wedding.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like a wedding. Yeah, now that we run through it. Then you've got
Yes.
the bridal shower. Then you have the bachelorette and bachelor parties. Then you have the rehearsal dinner.
And all of this is assuming you don't do something like when you actually get engaged. Like something they'll have a thing that night.
Yep.
Yeah,
That doesn't count.
I
Does
think
that
it
count
depends
as
on the
engagement
person.
party?
No, I think most engagement parties now are like several weeks after, and they're like a planned
Yeah.
like ordeal.
This is like an engagement celebration.
Sure.
All right, so now you've got the
So could you consolidate though? So let's say
You
wanted
certainly
to
could. You don't have to
propose that night.
that's a
and
bit
have all her
tacky.
friends
Aaron.
and
Oh,
stuff.
see, I
It's
would
tacky,
I
what
would
do you
like
think?
No.
It definitely depends on,
No.
I think, the
The
bride
person, yeah.
mostly. If they want to plan something, I think a lot of people still do just like have your friends at a bar after, like immediately after you get engaged. But I think it just depends on the person.
Like that's what I would
the
rather
couple.
than planning a whole another engagement party. Basically, so I don't have to plan it.
All right, let me back this up a little bit. So, promise ring first,
Nick, the Jonas Brothers. Yeah.
then engagement ring, then engagement celebration the night of, then engagement party, then bridal shower, then
Wedding dress in between those.
wedding dress. I don't know if we want to call that a party.
Shopping day.
Yeah, find the dress day.
Yeah.
Then we have the bachelorette party, bachelor party,
Welcome
rehearsal dinner, welcome party, rehearsal dinner, wedding, day after brunch, honeymoon,
God damn.
gender reveal,
party. Yeah.
The child itself.
the child itself,
Baby shower.
baby shower.
Well, the baby
Uh,
shower is help. You're getting a lot of help from the baby shower.
Yeah,
That's the one that
Christening.
makes actually like moral and fiscal sense.
yeah.
Everybody
That's what
coming
people
together
say
and
about a
shit.
bridal shower, though.
What are
too.
you getting at a bridal shower?
Things from your registry most of the time, I think.
I
Right?
thought that was for
Yeah.
the wedding.
I think so. I think it could be for both.
This is why you got to sell merch, dog.
Or
So
yeah.
you gotta recoup some of this cost.
She's on board with merch.
I love it.
cool.
Let's go.
She said, "I want merch, hats, blue, frat rope."
Okay.
So that's where her mind's at.
I love that. I love this. Yeah.
That's why we love her. That's fun. We need to get a good logo still.
All right. So per the Knot, the wedding website, the average cost of a wedding in the United States in the year 2025 is $33,000. Average cost per guest, $284.
Wait, real quick. What was that face you made, Mad Dog, when he said 33?
Feel like that's low.
I think you've lived in big cities. So in big cities, it definitely is.
Yeah, and if that's average, obviously there's.
Yes, true. That's true.
Yeah, average. I think a lot of people, courthouse weddings or eloping. Eloping sounds fun. Just run away. Just run away and get married. No one has to know. Just us. Yeah, $33,000. Now, if it is a destination wedding in the United States, that jumps the price up to about $39,000. International destination wedding up to $41,000. But it's really broken down by different parts of the country. If you're doing like a hometown wedding, do you guys know what the most expensive part of the country to get married in is?
I was gonna say West Coast.
I believe New York would fall into the Mid-Atlantic category, and that is the most expensive. That's $46,000. New England, not far behind, $43,000. And the cheapest place to get married. Any guesses?
South.
It is a tie between the South.
North Dakota.
Oh, no, sorry. No, it's not. It is a tie between the Southwest and the Midwest. $29,000.
Well, people use the Midwest to mean half the country.
Yeah, in this, I think it might be that might include the plains.
Probably.
In
It
this.
probably is North Dakota.
Yeah. Do you know what the most expensive time of year to get married is?
Summer.
Fall.
Summer, yeah.
Really?
$34,000. July through September, and then October through December is $32,000.
They're all roughly the same, it looks like.
Yeah.
I would have guessed fall, though, because that's when everybody seems to want to be doing it.
Yep. Do you know the average cost of a venue in the United States?
I'm going to guess $7,000.
$12,000.
From my limited experience in dealing with this, I do wonder if that includes, like, food and stuff or what.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think generally they'll tell you you can get the venue for cheap, and then they're like, and here is our included food and beverage package that is a lot more.
Yeah, price per plate. What would you put that at?
Average?
Mm-hmm.
$80.
Yeah, $80. Nailed it.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't look at that.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. You have to have DJ or band, and then a lot of places have non-musical entertainment that goes along with the night. I guess that would be like an MC.
I have been caught off guard with how many different things you have to buy.
Photo booth.
So you do photographer, which does not include any video, I found out.
Yep, different.
Flowers, food, drinks, DJ, what else?
Makeup?
Yes, makeup, hair. Obviously, if you're counting the wedding dress and all that. It's just every single thing is its own entity, and they all mark it up 600%.
Yep, the cake industry.
I
is
haven't
crazy.
even heard a word about cake yet. I don't know if there's even going to be one.
Oh, but yeah, get ready to learn cake. Big T.
Listen.
You don't know if there's gonna be a cake?
Well, it hasn't crossed my desk yet. I'm sure there will be.
There will be a cake, brother.
I haven't. Well, listen, because I'm going to tell you, if I get one thing in this whole deal, I'm getting a Neyland Stadium cake.
Okay.
I don't know what that costs. I'll pay for it, whatever. I'm getting that. Because there's a lot of other stuff that everybody else is getting.
Yeah.
Connie gets the Nealon cake, okay? That will be there.
Just call yourself Connie.
Connie.
Yes.
Yeah.
T
Connie
gets the Nealon cake.
So in the United States, like we talked about, you know, the price for engagement rings went up after the Great Depression. A lot of these other, you know, the wedding industry started really buzzing back in like the, for the most part, pre-World War II, but then it really ramped up post-World War II for a little bit. Then it kind of fell off. So much like we're saying, hey, this is too much wedding. The 60s happened and the 70s happened, and the whole hippie movement and counterculture stuff. All the boomers were like, hey, this is getting out of hand. Let's just dial it back a little bit. So the wedding industry actually it retracted a little bit in the 60s, 70s, and a little bit in the 80s too. But then you know what happened. Why do you think it came back? Why do you think the wedding industrial complex surged back?
In the 70s, you said?
This is the early 80s.
The early 80s.
What happened in the early 80s that made people want to spend a shitload of money on their weddings?
The Cold War.
No. Any ideas?
It was right after the Vietnam War. So maybe, I don't know. Hit me.
It was the Princess Diana wedding. Yeah. She got married.
Macroeconomic shit.
We had a royal wedding that took place in England, and then everybody watched it. Everybody talked about it, and every American woman was like, I want that. I want that. Let's spend some money on the wedding. And that's when it really kicked into high gear, and the wedding industrial complex took over. And it hasn't really shown any signs. I think it's been on a steady upward growth since then. We didn't really get, I mean, there was the royal wedding that happened, what was that, 10 years ago?
It was, I believe, 14 years ago.
Yeah, 14.
14 or 16 years ago, Kate and William.
And Pippa's butt.
Mm-hmm.
And, but that didn't really pop off like Diana.
It did in my
house.
Did it?
I woke up at like 7 a.m. to watch that.
My brother was studying abroad at the time, and they like went to like a big park to like watch it on like a big screen, basically.
Yeah.
I think you weren't a young woman at that time.
That is
that's
true.
true.
That is factually correct. Yeah.
That was going viral in my house.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Same.
yeah, if the wedding industry ever suffers any setbacks, I do feel like, I don't know, when the economy contracts and people aren't spending that much money on extracurricular stuff, I feel like that's one of the first things that would probably feel a pinch is like, hey, let's maybe not do the groom's cake at the wedding, or
no, we're doing it.
Yeah, I think that's like one place that people would cut back on, but since the economy's been overall pretty good.
I found out, did you know that's kind of a Southern thing?
The groom's cake?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't know that was a thing till you just said that.
Yeah,
yeah, me
my
neither.
fiance had never heard of that, and I thought it was very commonplace.
I heard of groom's cake for the first time probably 10 years ago because there was an ice cream brand that was called groom's cake. And I was like, what is this? It's got chocolate in it? Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, I always thought that was, but then we looked it up, and apparently it's more prevalent in the South.
Wait, so is it just a cake that only you're going to eat?
No, it's just like you have the big wedding cake, and then the groom gets a little cake that's like something that you like.
Yeah, it's like just one way for the groom to have
Yes.
a little, like
It's
a project.
It's a very representative of the whole shebang, really.
Yeah.
You get this little thing right here.
Yeah, Connie's got his project he's been working on.
Yes.
He's very proud of it,
Yes.
and he'd like to share it with you guys.
His favorite football team?
Exactly. Yes.
How do you guys feel about smashing the cake into each other's faces?
Hate it.
Hate.
Yeah, who started that?
I don't know.
A man that hates his wife.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think it's like funny for a picture, but like not actually doing
I
it.
don't think it's funny.
I paid $600 or whatever I did for this makeup. Do
Yeah.
not put cake in.
The tradition of breaking cake over the bride's head to symbolize fertility and good luck originated in ancient Rome.
Oh, yeah, it's a Roman thing. Yeah, it's historical, babe.
Over the head is crazy.
Yeah, over the head is crazy. I'm going to ruin your entire wedding dress and your makeup and your hair.
Yeah, that was definitely somebody who hated his wife and was like, it's a tradition.
Yeah, let me just face slam you.
I very, very rarely get to eat any cake at a wedding.
I was just going to say that.
Same.
Why don't you give me the cake?
Oh, Big T. My friend had a cookie skillet dessert at their wedding.
I'm adding that to the list.
What's the cookie?
So good.
You've never been to a restaurant and had like they bring out a chocolate chip cookie and like a skillet with ice cream on top of it?
It's like a lava cake, but a chocolate chip cookie, basically.
No, I'm not a sweets guy. Remember?
That's
I
true.
forget this, but like how do you not? That might be the best dessert that exists.
You know what it feels like to me? Would you want to take a cup of sugar and just dump it in your mouth?
No.
That's what I taste. That's what I taste. Like I don't taste the gushy yumminess that y'all do. Like I just
like when you
taste
eat a
all the
warm
sugar.
chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, I feel like I'm dumping sugar into my mouth that doesn't taste good.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What is like the sweetest thing that you like? Do you like strawberries?
Yes.
Because see
Fruits.
because like those are sweet to me.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Fruit. I could eat fruit all day.
Obviously, it's a different kind, but like it's still like I eat a strawberry and I'm like that tastes sweet.
Yeah. It's not the same. I don't know what it is. Like a cookie. It's just it didn't used to be like this. This is a fairly new revelation, but it's just a cookie. It's just I'm just biting into a sugar. It's wild. I don't.
So is there any kind of thing like that you like?
Sweets wise,
You're not gonna have any of the Nealon cake?
I will divulge when in Rome. That's my motto as a human. I'm gonna get drunk, dance to Morgan Wallen, and eat a Tennessee cake at your.
Hell yeah, yes we are.
Yeah, and so I think the most sweetest thing that I'll go back to now is cran grape juice.
That's crazy.
That's
It's
so
really
insane.
good.
It's just bitter.
It's what?
It's a bitter taste. It's not
To you. I don't judge y'all stuff. It's not for me. Cran grape though, that's my shit. And I don't think you've had cran grape. I think you've had cranberry juice. You ever had cran grape?
I might not have.
I will say cran grape
is
is way better.
Cran grape is
than
different.
cran.
Yeah.
Where did all the grape juice go?
Or cran apple.
Maybe I just, turned 9, but like I feel like grape juice, it's not out there anymore.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Not a thing as it like it used to be. I remember,
and it's a solid juice.
This was before y'all's time, but maybe PNT remember this. But like you remember, like the summer park lunch days, the lunch trays used to have the grape juice boxes in that joint. Them used to be the thing.
Yeah.
Is that Juicy Juice?
Juicy Juice Sips.
I don't remember the brand. It just came in the little white tray with the plastic over the top, and you'd have your green beans and your grape juice with your muffin.
Yeah, where did the grape juice go?
Where has all the grape juice gone?
It'd be great in a cocktail. I guess a transfusion uses grape juice, which is delicious.
It's grown up.
We need to use it more.
Big T. It's just
That's
it's
true.
mature.
Juicy Juice still in business. I'm happy to report. Downgrade on their logo, but
what about Very Fine? Is Very Fine still out there?
I've never heard of this brand.
We used to have a Very Fine vending machine.
It appears they're still 100% bursting with flavor.
I love that. I thought that you were going to say like 100% real fruit juice, but
bursting with flavor.
Don't ask what the flavor is. But yeah, we used to have a Very Fine machine in our school because we weren't allowed to have soda machines. So like, this is healthy. It's Very Fine. It's fruit drink. And yeah, that was probably worse for you than a lot of sodas out there.
We had a soda machine, but it was all like 0. So I got a mellow yellow 0 all the time.
It's healthy. It doesn't have sugar. It's got aspartame. You'll love it.
I'm going to get some grape juice. I need to see if it still hits.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
And then try cran grape. See the difference.
But then you're just putting a little bit worse juice into the grape juice.
All I'm saying is try it. That's all.
All right, I'll get both of them right now.
There you go.
A lot of people try to get around paying more for their wedding by not saying that whatever they're getting is for a wedding. Did you think about doing that?
It was brought up, but apparently you get in trouble.
Yeah.
And they have ways of preventing that now.
What are the ways?
So a lot of places will be like, some will say you can only select from this list of vendors that we give you. So like the one where we're getting married is not like that, but some will do that. And it's pretty obvious if you're doing it for wedding. It's just frustrating that all the things you're paying for, if you were to actually get them for a birthday party or whatever, it would be literally hundreds of % cheaper.
Yeah, but you can get in trouble with the venue. A lot of places can straight up cancel your contract if they find out that you're trying to pull a fast one on us. It's not just a party; it's going to be for a wedding. Day of, they can just take the contract away and be like, "Yep, you're not actually having that here."
Yeah, brutal.
It is brutal out there. All right, well, good talk, Big T. We're rooting for you. We do have an update, very important update from Tuesday's show. We had a voicemail caller, Brooks, goes by Brooks, and he had a wedding conundrum that we wanted to get some closure on. So let's kick it to Brooks. He's brought to you by Stella Blue and Stella Blue Coffee's new canned lattes. They're now here. They're delicious. I drink usually one a day. Very, very tasty. Really good coffee. And they're made with 100% Colombian coffee. Each can has 190 milligrams of natural caffeine. It's also got protein in there. And they've got 2 smooth flavors, the Cafe Mocha, and my favorite, the Espresso Sweet Cream. It's really good stuff. Really good canned coffee drinks. Whether you're braving your morning commute or you're chasing your pup, Stella Blue cans are for those who are always on the go and for those who care. Stella Blue is more than just great coffee. It's about giving back. Big Cat named the brand after his rescue dog, Stella. Stella inspired the mission of Stella Blue, and that is to help more dogs find their forever homes. Every purchase supports animal rescue organizations, so when you drink Stella Blue, you're not just fueling your day, you're saving a dog's life. Try the new cans today. Taste the difference. Make a difference. Stella Blue Coffee canned latte is now available at StellaBlueCoffee.com. They're very tasty. Very tasty. I drink them all the time. We've had them in the office for the last month or so. We got a little sneak peek before they were available. They deliver. Great coffee and for a great cause. Check it out. StellaBlueCoffee.com. Their new canned lattes are here. And now here is Brooks. We now welcome on a very special guest to Macrodosing, a legendary voicemail caller. Sorry it took us so long to get around to reading the voicemail.
No problem at all. I was wondering for a second if one got to make a cut.
Oh,
it ended up working out better because now we have an immediate resolution.
Immediate follow-up to it, yeah. So what do you want to go by?
Brooks, sorry.
Okay, we can call you Brooks?
Yeah, I'm Brooks.
All right, Brooks, welcome to the show. The voicemail that got Big T. I've never seen Big T this fired up about anything.
I was excited for that to come through. If anyone has any more things like that, please, those are the voicemails we want.
So Brooks, can you kind of run through the story again real quick and just get Arian fully caught up because he wasn't here for that voicemail?
Yeah, so my girlfriend's friend just got married, and they met originally Christmas Eve in 2024. So this has been a 9-month condensed window. Anyway, one night I got a text.
Somehow your girl met her friend, or the wedding partners met?
My girlfriend and the bride have been really good friends for pretty much their whole life.
Okay.
Oh, got it.
So yeah. So my girlfriend was in the wedding party. She's a bridesmaid. And my girlfriend ended up texting me, hey, by the way, the bride will probably text you to try, invite you to be in the wedding party, which I didn't love. But that was late one night. And the next morning at like 5:30, I got the invite to be in the party. And I didn't say anything for a few days. So I want to make sure I said the right thing, to put it delicately, because that's not my kind of thing. I'm more of an introverted guy, especially around people I don't know. So, and a ridiculous ass to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I did end up saying no, because that's just not something I'm wanting to do. Yeah, it just happened this past Friday. The rehearsal was on Thursday, and here we are.
Okay. We speculated about the different relationships behind the scenes that might have brought you to being invited to being in this party to begin with. I think what we ended up on was that maybe the groom did not have as many numbers in the wedding party as the bride was going to have. And so with an invitation to be a bridesmaid alongside that came an invitation for whoever the bridesmaids plus one would be to also be a groomsman. Was that kind of how things shook out?
That did happen. I think there's a total of 4 groomsmen in the end, and 1 or 2 of them were significant others of the bridesmaids.
Okay.
Now, the groom is not from this country. He moved here a few years ago from a culture that likes to match their couples. So there's a little bit of family issues going on there that I think they couldn't really pull from the men's side.
Okay.
They had some issues, and then, like I said, he just moved over. So I want to say these people are great people. I love them, super nice, smart, all that. So that's kind of what the numbers issue was from that side.
Okay. All right. Big T, what did you want to dive into?
So when you said who met last Christmas, the married couple?
Yes, they met face to face first time Christmas Eve 2024 and got married this past weekend.
That's quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this whole thing, they're trying to squeeze everything into one thing and figure out all these problems in just a few month window.
So it was only, you left the voicemail a month ago. So it was a month ago that they asked you to be in the wedding that was in 4 weeks, I assume?
It was probably 6 to 8 weeks ago. And then I was
Okay.
sitting stewing on it and figured out I might call in on this.
Got it. And you said, so you ended up going to the wedding and to the rehearsal dinner, but you weren't in the wedding party.
Yes. Yeah. So the original maid of honor actually backed out. And so my girlfriend was then the now maid of honor. So I'm going to the wedding. I'm attending it anyway. And like you guys said, probably a little doubly awkward it was. And at the actual rehearsal, it was a small chapel, very small party. One of the groomsmen could not make it until about the last 10 minutes. So I stepped in and rehearsed the wedding after telling them no.
That's incredible.
So 10 times awkward.
An interim groomsman. Yeah.
Yes.
After denying it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, this is an interesting situation.
Did they try to get you like even day of?
No, the mom of the bride was really hyping me up, I think, trying to sway me a little bit. But no, it was a foregone conclusion. I was just there to support them. You know, that's what I'm here to do. Support them, support my girlfriend, and, you know, put on a smile.
Was there a bachelor party?
No, but there was a bachelorette party.
Okay. All right.
The only other thing I wanted to know was, do you think the groom knew that this request was made of you, or do you think someone went rogue?
He knew because the text I got asking me to be in the bridal party was the bride and groom. They were all in one small group chat. I don't know if it was his idea or what, but he was definitely made aware that the request was made.
Got it.
Did he get you a present? Did he have a groomsman present for you?
No. Well, I said no, so.
Yeah, I just didn't know if he was like trying to make a last second push. He's like, well, I got you this pocket knife. It's engraved.
Yeah, it would have been nice. I did consider, you know, offering, hey, if you guys want to pay for the tux and all that, you know, I will stand in. But right after the wedding, we flew. I'm on a week vacation right now, so the money thing's a little tighter than normal right now. So that was part of it, along with I don't know you and something weird about just being in a wedding of people I don't know. Something doesn't mesh with that.
Now, maybe you answered this already in the voicemail or just now. Maybe I didn't hear it, but why would they ask you? Like, why you?
That's a good question. Yeah, the groom just, like I said, he's from out of the country, moved here a few years ago. He does have a few friends that were at the engagement party and the wedding that I think would probably be a little more suited than me. I think they started to go the route of, well, if we're going to ask some of the bridesmaids, significant others, let's just kind of go down the line and see how we can add it up there.
Yeah. Oh, you might be underselling. Maybe you're just a really good hang. Maybe you're just like a great dude, and they're like, hey, Brooks, we got to get Brooks. He's #1 free agent right now.
I tried to bring the fun. I always do, but yeah, I don't know if it's that. Like I said, I've met them a combined 3 times before this. So,
how was the wedding?
You know, it was actually a lot better than I was anticipating. Long ceremony. Like I said, it was a highly religious wedding. Mocktails
What was the
for
religion?
after that. Christian.
Gotcha.
Christian, both sides. So yeah, it was fun. I mean, everyone got out on the dance floor. It was a good time. I was dreading it for a while, but it actually turned out to be a pretty fun event.
Yeah, I feel like they usually are. If you're dreading going to a wedding, it's like, yeah, it might be a pain in the ass to get there, but once you get there, you typically have a good time.
Weddings are great, especially if you know a lot of people there, but if you don't, and like I said, the combination of that and it being a dry wedding, I'm just not a very outgoing guy, so I was really nervous for the whole thing, but it worked out pretty well.
All right.
Oof.
All right. Well, Brooks, thank you for the update. We appreciate it. I think you just might be a great hang. So if anybody out there is getting married, they need to fill out their bachelor party, hit us up, and then we'll get in touch with Brooks, and we might just pimp you out if that's okay.
That sounds good, man. Anytime.
All right. Have a fun vacation, Brooks.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate you guys.
All right, dog.
All right. All right. Well, good luck to you, Big T. But think about this. You're in love.
Yes.
It's going to be a big party.
Yes. It'll be great.
It'll be fun.
Y'all will be there.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
You're gonna have a great time.
We got to work on the merch.
It's gonna be a
Yeah,
great celebration.
I can't wait. We have some time too. We can work on this.
A day to celebrate your love. What could be better than that?
Nothing.
And we all get to go home after, which is awesome.
That is great. Yeah.
Walking distance for me and Mackenzie.
And me.
You can walk from there?
Yeah.
All right, then yeah, good.
Not having to like worry about going to a hotel, waking up in the morning, hungover, getting on a flight.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. That'll be great. We're rooting for you, Big T.
Thanks.
Good luck navigating this minefield.
Been doing my best.
All right, well, that's Macrodosing for the week. We will see you guys next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. Love you guys.